What's going on? Ray Smith in the building. Man, I thought I was the first person in the building because I got this thing up so late today. What's going on, y'all, man? How you feeling, Ray? How you doing, Nicole? Good morning, sister. How was your evening last night? Hope you had a wonderful day, all that good old stuff, the usual that I do mean. I definitely do mean it though. I'm going to put links in the chat from the beginning of this because I was listening to some conversations going on about what's going on, Prince to Amir. What's going on, man? What's going on, Cornelius Bennett? Windy City Assassin in the building. What's going on? Salute to you. Salute to you. What's going on, Tim Carey? How are you? How are you? We're going to wait for some people to come in the chat, man. I know I put this up late, so it's going to take a couple seconds for people to get in here. Richard Prado, what's going on, man? What's good? Gilbert Jimenez, what's going on, Mr. Jimenez? Man, I don't think I've seen you in a minute. What's going on, sir? Ralph the One, I haven't seen you in a minute either, I don't think. Holy City Concrete Designs, what's going on, man? I'm chilling, man. I can't complain. Just going to get up, talk boxing this morning. We are a week out from the big fight. You know what I mean? We're a week out. One love to you as well, Antonio, Trey Brown, and all things. Yeah, but yeah, man, I'm just sitting up here. We're 1 week away from a big fight. So next week is pretty much going to be a lot about Jermell Charlo and Canelo Alvarez. And, we're just 1 week out from that big fight. So there's not as much drama around that fight. What's going on, Robin Soto and Kevin Wells? Antonio Benz, what's going on, man? There's not as much drama around that fight, really, as there are some other fights. So we don't talk about it as much, but man, I'm getting amped for it, man. I'm really getting amped for it. So that's really good for me. Like, I'm looking forward to next week and the fight next week. It's funny to me though, man. I just, like, these people are already out there attacking. Man, it's weird, man. Some of the situation is weird, bro. What's going on, Steve Mega in the building? Battlefield MMA, what's going on, sir? Battlefield Boxing and MMA, I'm sorry. I'm ready for this boxing news. Yeah, man. Well, there's some big announcements supposed to be coming up for Gervonta Davis, or at least they're trying to finish it. Who do I have? Man, I don't know, man. I can't really pick one, man. I have to favor Canelo in it, but I think it's somebody I don't even really want to. I don't want to pick anybody, honestly, because I think it can be an upset. I do. I think it can definitely be an upset. I definitely believe it can be an upset. So Richard Paris and Fanon, I thought you were taking the day off. What a pleasure it is getting this notification. Oh man, I am taking a day off. I'm chilling. Watch. This is what I do to take a day off. I get up in the morning and work, and I just allow myself to say, hey man, what happens, happens. You know what I mean? What happens, happens. I'm in a good place right now. I thought that I needed to for a second, but then I realized, no, I just need to get rid of some people. I just need to get rid of some people in that I was speaking to. That's what I needed to do. And that's what I did. There are people that over the last week or so I was talking boxing with that I realized, no, this is my mistake talking to these people. They are going out of their way to make me unhappy. So I had to just protect my happiness a little bit, and I feel better because it drives up your cortisol. I'm a little disappointed in myself last night because I woke up at like 2:00 in the morning. I grabbed like a little handful of these like little salad, like jalapeno, like this stuff that you put on top of your salad. Like they don't have a lot of they're not bad for you or anything, but I ate them in the middle of the night. So I'm a little disappointed in myself about that. I'm in the garden listening in, taking care of this ganja. Oh, that's man, Richard Paris. I got to go hang out with you, bro. When the coast is clear and I'm 160 pounds and I feel like seeing if it affects me, but I don't think I can do that until I have enough money where it won't affect me. It won't affect me. Adrian Pierre said, "You got them haters." Yeah, well, you know what it is. They got man crushes on me. West Side Chicago Thug. Yeah. The only Hall of Fame in those is Spence, come on, Fanon. No, they're both making the Hall of Fame. Deontay Wilder is going to the Hall of Fame. Gervonta Davis is going to the Hall of Fame. And Errol Spence are all going to the Hall of Fame. Every one of them. They're all in the Hall of Fame. There's no way. I find it very, very unlikely that all three of those guys are not going to the Hall of Fame. Very unlikely that they're not going to the Hall of Fame. When you look at the people that are in the Hall of Fame, you'd have to have say these haters be lovers in disguise. Yeah, you know what it is. But anyway, I just got to kind of protect my mental from them. Really. Hey, man, much love to man for holding me down, bro, today. To my guy, Big Time in the building. Thank you, brother. I just say Freddie, Big Time. He said, I appreciate the live on Saturday. Oh, Big Time. Yes, sir. I just say Freddie, bro. Thank you, Freddie, because I keep forgetting what the name is on here. So thank you, brother, for the $6 holler, brother. That is big. Thank you. And my guy, Big Dog Willie, said Devin Haney can KO Frazier because Bill says so. Yeah, man, I've been staying off of him, man. You know how it is, man. You're a hater when they don't have a better argument than you do, then you become a hater. Anyway, I'm just gonna remove shit. I'm gonna start pissing people off too. What's going on, Gregory Pat? I be pissing people off too, making up people upset. I'm not gonna cuss this video. I'm gonna try not to. I make people mad because if you say something stupid to me on YouTube, I'm gonna just remove your comment. As soon as you laugh at me with an emoji, I'm gonna remove your comment. So when you come back, you're gonna be like, "Where'd it go? Where'd it go?" It left because you put a laughing emoji in my face. Dude, I'm not interested in you just talking stupid, bro. I'm really not interested in you speaking stupid. You just making that up, bro. You can say you love the show if you don't love the show. That's crazy. For now, the majority of your viewers now are Crawford fans. It's great to see how Crawford took over as the welterweight star. What do you mean? The majority of my majority of my viewers can't stand him. I don't know what you're talking about. The majority of my viewers don't like Terrence Crawford. I don't get a sense of that at all. I have the exact opposite sense of that. I don't get the sense of that at all. Hey, hold on one second, man. Richard Paris, thank you for the brother. Thank you, brother. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you names, man. I'm sorry. But at the same time, man, look, because I got to get out of calling people names. I don't understand. I don't see where you get that from. First of all, First of all, let me put you out. Go change your name, bro, because I think you're king. You got a couple seconds, and then I'm done talking to you. Yeah, you're out of here, bro. I'm not. You're out of here. Goodbye. Come back. Hey, you're somebody that was not on here before, probably. So actually, let me do this. Let me unhide you. Then let me go to your channel. And then let me look at the date. And that was made today. So since you just made that today, I'm going to block you because I know exactly who you are. West Side Chicago thug. I don't know of anybody from the city of Chicago that would do that. Yeah, exactly. And now I am now I am that. I got you. I got you. Exactly. I got you. We know who you are. Black Parent said in the Cash App, I was saying I appreciate the live stream today. That's Black Parent. Thank you, Black Parent. Thank you, Black Parent. Thank you so much for the support, Black Parent. And let me make sure, let me check you real quick. Yeah, let's just see you later. I'm not interested in talking to you, dude. You're just making stuff up, bro. You know what I mean? I'm going to wrench you up, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Because you've been coming through. You've been coming supporting big time. And I got to tell you, I definitely appreciate it. Why does King gone back and forth? Wait, what's going on? T Orlando out there working hard this morning, huh? Fanon, do you think do you think Joyce can get Zhang tonight in the rematch? He can, but I don't expect him to. He's just passive aggressive. T Orlando, he's passive aggressive. He's just passive aggressive. That's what he is. He's passive aggressive. And that's why I get aggressive with people, man. T Orlando. Because if you're passive aggressive, I'm just going to be aggressive. I don't want to do that, man. I don't think it's Loma or Frank Martin. Jason Torres. I got a video coming up about that. I'm going to tell you what I think it is. I hope it's something else because there's a limited amount of what can be big. Prophet said, "Hey, Fanon, how did you? I've been wondering, how did you start as a boxing reporter, and how would you go about becoming one if you had to start from scratch?" Personally, I am not a boxing reporter. I have a YouTube channel and I'm a boxing fan. And I give my opinion about the boxing matches and the circumstances in boxing that are of interest to me at the moment. It just depends on what you mean by reporter. If what you're saying, what I'm doing is what I'm doing, what I started was I've always been a boxing fan. Always been a boxing fan. And one day I was working, I was listening to used to listen to Blood Boxing. I used to listen to Dante's Boxing Nation. And I think those are really the ones that I listen to the most because I have a lot in common with Blood Boxing. Blood be flipping out and I flip out too. So I was listening to Blood Boxing since, before the time of Canelo Alvarez and Floyd Mayweather Jr. But there was an original channel that the guy that really got me into listening to YouTube boxing was a guy that was named Stiff Left Hook. I think that was the name of the channel at the time. So I was listening to him and we were talking about the man. He was doing videos after the Manny Pacquiao versus Juan Manuel Marquez fight. So I would go on and I was really depressed at the time because I was having a lot of stress at work. So man, the things that really got me feeling better was listening to boxing talk on YouTube. So I just kept listening to it. And then I started wanting to do videos where I started doing basically doing highlight videos. I wasn't even on camera. But then after a while, you couldn't make any money doing it by doing highlight videos because all of the copyright violations you would get. So I was like, man, I can't keep doing this. I'm going to lose my channel. So then I started just giving commentary over the top of highlight videos, and it kind of progressed from there. You know what I mean? And then, so there you go. That's what it means. What I mean by reporter is like how you go to fights. It's like how you go to fights and actually interview fighters and stuff like that. I really don't understand the in and outs. Well, so you need to talk to somebody that does that because I don't really do that. I don't go to fights and interview people. I go to fights and I just watch the fight at the fight. That's the only thing I do at fights. I don't really I never do that. Hold on, but that's the best I can do for you right now. Hold on one second, man. Let me get to my guy, man, who supported the channel. And we got links in, man. You guys want to talk, man? Jump on the links, man. Jump on the link that I'm about to put in the link. And it would be greatly, greatly appreciated, man, if y'all click the link, man. My guy, Richard Paris. Oh, I forgot yesterday, man. Oh, no, this is today. Richard Paris. Oh, no, it doesn't say anything. Maybe Richard Paris, I don't see anything in the I didn't see anything in the PayPal. But thank you, brother. Anyway, here's the link, though. I'm gonna put the link in, and you guys are invited to get on, man. If you guys want to chop it up, this is just like I wanted to have kind of a light conversation about these specific fighters' careers, and why I think these guys are Hall of Fame fighters. Because there's a lot of talk going around about who's a Hall of Fame fighter and who's not a Hall of Fame fighter, saying Errol Spence Jr. is not, if he retires now, he's not a Hall of Fame fighter. And yes, he absolutely is a Hall of Fame fighter if he retires right now. Why wouldn't he be? Do I remember Dawn the Gatcher Gotcha gamer. Fanon, do you remember Blessed 365? Yeah, yes, I know Blessed 365. Yeah, I remember Blessed 365. Terrence Crawford's sister. What's going up, Joey? What's going on, Joey? That's Terrence Crawford's sister, man, or cousin. Dude, look, I'm not interested in that. I heard that. I sat there. I heard that. That's you. Why don't you go tell BFTB about that? That is absolutely positively not my, it's not my place. Oh my God. Fred, hey man, thank you. Said Black Parent on YouTube. Thank you very much. You're okay. Let me tell you, Dawn, the gotcha gamer. The gotcha gamer. Let me tell you what you are. You are somebody who I'm going to check. And if you made that thing up this year, I'm going to block you. Why you want to pull me into silliness? If you want me to have a speech on every single solitary person that is disrespectful to women, yeah, you just made that today. So yeah, you got to get out of here, man. Once again, man, you are wasting good. You're wasting your time. Yes, I heard it. Yeah, I heard it, and it has nothing to do with me. What's going on? Hey, Nicole, thank you, sister. Appreciate you for that $2 holler. Why are you over here bugging me about something he did? These guys get on my nerves thinking Spence. It's just silly. That man is clearly a Hall of Famer. If you want to say something, all you got to do is click the link. Okay? So all you got to do is click the link. I'm not interested in your YouTube gossip. Timothy Jones said, "You're crazy if you don't think Errol Spence is a Hall of Famer. The disrespect he's been getting after Crawford, it's absolutely ridiculous." Adewale M said, "Hey, Fanon, are you still hosting OG Boxing Talk?" Yeah, man. Yes, on Sundays we started up again. Yes. Said he's not standing with BFTB. Just said he's not going to talk about it. Look, man, BFTB is not my child. I listen to a lot of people say a lot of things. He's not my child. Would I say that? No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. But he's not my child. What he does not reflect on me. And what I do does not reflect on him. What? I got cousins that'll say that in a minute. Still my cousins. What you want me to do? Disown them? I just want to know why you gossiping about it. That's not my problem. What do I have to do with that? I heard her say something disrespectful to him, and he said something more disrespectful to her. Why the other dude that has a you has the channel always outside in his car hollering, "What up, YouTube?" I think his shame. What? You guys are just, I don't know what you guys are talking about, bro. These guys been watching boxing for 2 months now. Now they are boxing analysts. Man, wow, dude. You guys are, I think this is the first time I really want to like turn off a live stream. Why are you guys so talking about all of this ridiculous stuff? I just want to have a conversation about boxing. What is it? Is a Saturday morning cartoons off or something? What is it? Are there Saturday morning cartoons anymore? Like, what's going on, man? You waiting for your mommy to get home, to get back from the store with your Fruit Loops or something? What kind of ridiculous conversation is this? I have nothing to do with Blue Blood. There's nothing wrong with Blue Blood being outside of his car. He's outside of his car. He's got kids. The man's got kids. The man's got kids. So I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have an office in his house. I don't know. Look, man, I don't want to look, bro, for real. I don't have anything against other channels. I don't. If you don't say anything about me, I don't say anything about you. If I really like something you'll do, I'll say something about what you're doing. If I really like it and I think it's something that people should see. But man, I don't do all of these. Let's have a beef so we can grow our business together. Let me start beefing with, let me beef with Blue Blood so people will watch my channel and watch his channel and we can go back and forth and have this debate. And dude, I know I can do that with people. I don't want to do that with people. Just want to talk boxing, man. And this specifically this morning, I just want to talk it without any arguments or any of that or any of that other silliness, other that silliness you guys like to do. Liking to see people at each other's throats. Even if you want to debate me on any subject today, I'm probably not going to yell at you, bro. Black Parent said, Fanon, who you got this weekend? I'm kind of tough for me, but I'm definitely pulling out for Charlo. I'm pulling for Charlo. Warren Stevens said, if Errol can't win, Terrence Crawford shuts down his T-shirts. I doubt it very much. I doubt it very much. I cannot wait to buy the next Errol Spence Jr. T-shirt. I'm going to buy the next T-shirt. Matter of fact, I think that I am, as soon as I have somebody on there that wants to talk for a second, I think I'm going to actually go and put on an Errol Spence Jr. T-shirt. I'm an Errol Spence Jr. fan, bro, and I like Errol. I want Errol to do well. Hey, my guy, Richard Paris, thank you, brother, said, hey, looks like I sent the first one to someone else. Sorry, man. Sorry about that, man. Was asking if Spence is truly confirmed for December 30th and waiting confirmation on the weight. Saying the weight, the only thing remaining to finalize. I don't know. I don't take anybody at their word with that stuff. I know I heard BFTB said that ESPN reported it. I haven't seen it. But there's things that BFTB can see that I don't see, or know that I don't know. So because I haven't seen it. Do I believe December 30th? I don't know about that. I don't like that date. I have a suspicion it's probably going to be in January, but it could be. I just don't know. I got him too. But what's the next angle? Warren Stevens. I honestly, man, I think that I'm gonna have to check you too. I'm gonna only. You know what the only thing I could do to let me go to watch this. I bet you, bro. Oh no, it's not. Thank God. He's been around since 2011. Thank you, Lord. At least he's not that. Thank you, brother, for your support. What do we mean? What's his next angle? To get in the ring and fight. His T-shirts aren't the reason his fights sell. I mean, for real. I would buy his T-shirt. Any T-shirt. I definitely now will buy his T-shirt. I'm going to support him no matter what. If he has a fight in Dallas, I'll buy the tickets. I'll buy tickets to the fight. I'll support him no matter what. I like him. My guy, Richard Napoleon, said, Crawford turns me off being around the snack program. Look, man, they're killing this dude on that snack program stuff. They're killing him on that. Timothy Jones said, who's your top three at 140? Regis Prograis, Teofimo Lopez, and Gabriel Matias. Thanks, Keith Nolan. And Gabriel Matias. That's who I would say. Teofimo Lopez, Regis Pro, in no particular order. Teofimo Lopez, Regis Prograis, and Gabriel Matias. No, Devin's not fought at 140 yet. He's got to have a fight. I'm not putting him in the top of 140. He hasn't even fought there yet. So, nah, I haven't seen him at 140. I can't say that he's the best at 140. He's not in the weight division. You asked me my top three. I would put Gary Antoine Russell right after that. But they're taking their time with Gary Antoine Russell. Who do you have between Charlo and Canelo? Man, I don't really have anybody in that fight. I think the fight can go either way. I would slightly favor Canelo, but I think that Jermell Charlo can beat him. Mr. Hingleton. I'm like, that's really kind of a tough one for me. Richard Perry said, just pushing your buttons. Thanks, man. I knew you were. I knew you were. My man said negative actions equal negative attention. All things, I'm going to tell you, man, I was listening to Manager Marty, man. Manager Marty and Boxing Outlet and those guys are killing that dude. Killing the dude. Like, I was sitting up there, I super chatted all the super chat money that I got the day before yesterday to Manager Marty, because I was like, man, first of all, Boxing Outlet is the only person that's made an argument that I've seen that I actually listened to the argument. I didn't have to listen to the argument. I just knew I knew he had a very solid point. I knew he had a very solid point. But at the same time, man, like I don't want to look at that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. As far as the busted glove, the hashtag busted gloves, bro, the gloves busted in the middle of the ring. So, I mean, I had to do that. You know what I mean? The Tyson Fury thing, I'm telling you, with the gloves bent to the side, dude, for a very long time, bro, I said nothing about that, man. I didn't want to say anything about it. But people just kept, you got to look at the gloves. 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 So I did it. Is he the one? No. Not the guy that studied kinesiology, no. But I didn't want to do that either. But I didn't want to talk about it, but people asked me about it, so they forced me into talking about it. And then I talk about something I don't want to give my opinion about, and then all of a sudden I'm out here hating on somebody. I'm not going to tell you that the idea is ridiculous, because it's not ridiculous. What they're saying is not nonsensical. I'm not going to do that. All I'm going to say is leave me out of it. I don't want to talk about it, because it is what it is. I don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say about the whole situation. The best I can do is, look, man, if you got people running around saying 90% of the people in the game are on performance enhancers, and then you have this situation and you lay the facts out, and I know all of your facts are facts, what do you want me to do? That's the best I can do, is not say anything. And I'm doing the guy a favor. I don't have to look into, thank you, said, see, Tier Land's like, you got to look into snack. You got to look into snack. No, man, I'm not gonna. I don't want to. Like, I'm telling you, I'm sick of it. I've got my own limits, man. I got my limits, bro. You know what I mean? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm just that type of dude. Some things I don't want to know. All kind of stuff could be happening. Let me have my ignorance is bliss. If he is doing that, guess what? He's going to get, if he gets caught, he gets caught. If people are suspect him, they shouldn't fight him. That's my take on it, man. And that's the best I can do. But I get no credit, but just so you know, Fanon went all Mario Wayans on us. What is that? What is Mario Winans, and what is that? He said the reason why you would, it's an advantage. It's undetectable. I got it. If they say they got it and he can do it, and that's what they do, and then you get it and it looks like you did it, that's on somebody else, man. Jamal or Jamal? Jamal or Jamel? Jamal or Jamel, who's better? I think Jamal is. I still think Jamal is. I just think Jamal's had a series of unfortunate events. I just think it's I don't want to know. Oh, I don't want to know by Mario Wayans. Okay, yeah, I don't want to know. Hey, I don't want to know, bro. I don't. Sponsor, hey, what's going on? T. Orlando said, Sponsoring snack talk for a couple minutes. Go. Oh my God, man. All right, here's the timer, man. I'm going to set the timer on it. I don't personally think that Victor Conti should be. I do not like the fact that Victor Conti is working with boxers. And I am highly suspicious of the guy because of his past. And I don't buy this I've reformed my life garbage. I don't buy it. If you reformed your life, you wouldn't be dealing in the same thing. You know what I mean? When you reform your life, you get as far away as you can from the subject. So you're not, so like say he said, I'm reformed, I'll never do that again. And now he's a music teacher. He's a music teacher at a high school. Okay, then I'll say, okay, I can trust that you changed your life and you're not into selling because you're not working in the field anymore. But you're still working in the same field, doing the same thing. Saying that you know how to do it openly. Manager Marty said, I didn't even realize this because like this is how far away from that I want to be. As far as I'm telling you, he said, look, man, there was a fighter that popped dirty and he was with Snack and he popped dirty. Yeah, it's like, like an ex-alcoholic bartending. Do I not? No, I don't trust that. I'm not saying that it's not possible that he isn't, but he doesn't strike me as somebody that is shy. I think that he is somebody that is okay with skirting the rules and getting as close and in his mind can say, I'm not doing illegals. Before what I was doing was giving you things that were illegal. Now I'm giving you things that are legal, but are still giving the same things as that very well should be illegal, but aren't. So he may have taken a step over the line of just giving you something that has been banned and dealing in masking. See how I did? Wife and I keep talking about snack. Damn. It's because you supported the snack talk. Oh, God. Willie Monroe popped dirty via snack. Yeah, there you go. So because I got paid to talk about it by you. Anyway, man, you're going to make me want to get off the talk today, bro. Seriously, man, you're going to make me want to get off today. Like, you're going to make me want to just say goodbye. Keith Nolan said, everybody in the chat, please don't forget to close out the chat and smash the like. The like button is like Gervonta Davis uppercut. Yes, sir. Please hit that like button. Thank you. I don't want to know if you playing me, keep it on the low. Yeah, I want to know, bro. Derek Choice in the building said, anyone have any word on who Kamel will be fighting? Yeah, I do. Give me a second. Ezequiel Flores. Ezequiel Flores. He is fighting Ezequiel Flores. And man, he has got a good promoter, bro. I swear he's got a good promoter. Look what he is getting. Look what he is getting, bro. I don't even think they have. Oh, pro. 0-0. Ezequiel Flores on the Canelo Jermell undercard. Wow. Talk about an incredible debut. Ezequiel Flores is 4-0. And Carmel Moten, let me see how old he is. He's 27 years old and he's 4-0 with 3 knockouts against guys that are 0-2, 2-4, and 9-2. Guys with all losing records. 5'5", 160 7 pounds. Very good goal for Carmel Moulton. Very good start first fight for Carmel Moulton. And I'm looking forward to following this dude's whole career. A CO2IS said, love what you're doing from Bermuda. Thank you, brother. Yeah, that's Floyd's fader. Yeah. Floyd got crazy pull, bro. Got it. He's debuting on the Canelo undercard. That's some old Anthony Joshua stuff right there. Your very first professional fight is going to be in the T-Mobile Arena or the MGM Grand? One of the two. That's what's up. That is what's up. Martin, do you think Ugas will KO Barrios? No, I don't think he's going to KO Barrios. I have him beating Barrios, but I don't have him knocking out Barrios. No, I do not. Hey, man, somebody hit the link, though, man. Hit the link. I think maybe I've bored the trolls out of existence today because I haven't been talking about their boy. You guys are trying to get me to do it, though. I have to give you credit for that, but not going to happen. Man, extremely big power move, man. What a big power move. I said I complained to the school district to use break time instead of snack time. Hey, man, they need to get rid of snacks. I had to get rid of snacks. I was so mad at myself. Yeah, Barrios is a tough and could pull off a win via decision. He could. Hey, Fahim said, I don't want to get you in trouble. What you talking about? Man, look, I ain't in no trouble around these parts. I don't care, man. Hey, thank you for your support in the super chat, man. Thank you, guys. For real. And the super chat and the cash apps. Thank you. It does go to supporting the channel. Hey, a Super 6 at 168 would be nice, but Canelo wouldn't do that. None of them would do that. We got a whole bunch of divas in boxing right now. But anyway, I can't even believe that nobody wants to debate me. Look, watch this. I put debate in the title to see if anybody wanted to debate me about Errol, Spence, Gervonta, and Deontay Wilder all being in the Hall of Fame. And I can't get any takers. I am so ashamed, man. I'm dropping off. I'm slacking off. It's amazing. You guys can't defend this notion? Is it that obvious? What's going on, Dallas Roquemore in the building? What's going on, my brother? How you feeling, man?
What's happening, cousin?
Man, I'm good, brother. How you feeling, man?
I'm doing good. I was having a good conversation in the chat. I don't know if you saw it about 168.
Yes, sir. No, tell me. I didn't see it.
Well, me and I think it's Vinny in there. We was talking about 168. We started talking about with Canelo Charlo, and he was saying he couldn't see him knocking Charlo, hurting Canelo. And I'm like, I've seen Canelo get hurt. He just haven't got hurt by someone with some real power. Like, I feel like if Floyd Mayweather had real power, that they would have stopped the fight. You know what I mean?
I've seen him get hurt for sure.
He's been hurt, and I think
he got hurt by Kovalev.
Yes. And I think that Charlo can hurt him if he continues to hit him with that stiff jab and come with that hook. I think he got to keep Canelo off of him. I don't think he's gonna win if he get into. I'll say when I watched the Castano fight, a couple of those punches that Castano got on Charlo, I wouldn't want Charlo to get hit with those punches from Canelo.
Yeah.
That he'll be hurt. He's gonna get hurt if he get hit like that. So he's gonna have to keep him. If he can keep him off of him, I think he can definitely win that fight. Because I rewatched the Bivol fight the other night too, and only the reason Bivol was able to beat him because he was just able to keep him off him with the jabs and the combination. He kept him at bay, and I don't know. Maybe you can tell me what you think about this. When I watched that fight, I felt like Canelo was too big.
For what fight? The Bivol fight?
The Bivol fight. He looked kind of big and really slow. He's still slow anyway, but he definitely looked slow on that fight. Like, far as his head movement didn't look that great. And I think just looking at that fighting Charlo, which I think he'll be able to be a little bit more power with that weight too.
Yeah.
I think he has a great chance of beating Canelo. He just got to keep him off him.
Yeah. He's got to score. He's got to be active. Yeah. He really has to land and throw combinations. He's got to be able to counter them and anticipate. And I think the biggest thing for Canelo is that Canelo is kind of, Canelo's kind of predictable. Even in his loss with Bivol, he looked predictable. He looked like he's fighting the same fight every time. Yeah. And the book is kind of out on him, like Lomachenko.
Yeah.
But go ahead, man. I'm listening to you.
Oh no, you guys. I was gonna say, I think with Canelo, what it is to me, the mystique is that what I noticed with Canelo is what I will give him credit for is that when he does get a guy with a really good combination, he changes the way they fight. Like if he connects very, very clean, you notice that fighter feels that power and they change it. They don't want to get hit anymore.
Yes, sir.
So people that fight Canelo, you got to be able to take a punch. You definitely got to be able to take a punch. I think Charlo can. I was watching the Sean Porter podcast the other day, and he had the comedian Scruncho on, and Scruncho he's favoring Charlo. He made a good point. Canelo tends to fade as the fight goes on, whereas Charlo tends to get stronger, and he does. He gets stronger as the fight goes on. He doesn't. You don't really see the Charlo, either one of them. You don't either see one of them get weaker as the fight goes on. So I like his chances, but I just like the 168 division right now. There's a lot of dogs in that division.
Yeah, man, I do. I like it a lot, which is why I don't need people to move up there.
Yeah,
honestly,
you're right. Let those guys fight it out, right?
Yeah, man, and plus it just like I'm just a little tired of the gimmick treat, like the gimmicks.
I know,
like okay, it's for me. It really started for me with Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia did all that. I'm going from 135 to 140, 147 to 135. And just jumping all over the place, doing all these different things, trying to break these fake records that ain't nobody asking you to break.
Right.
Canelo starts hopping up and down all kind of different weight classes. You never know where he's going to be. Mm-hmm. And so like even right now, you're in a situation where Canelo, even no matter who wins between Canelo and Jermell, mm-hmm. you're still in a situation where you don't know who the best in that division is.
You're right. You're exactly right. And there's so many guys. I mean, you got Andrade, you got Benavidez, you got Morrell, which I don't think nobody wants to fight that guy right now.
Right.
Who else they got at 168? Like Vinny said, Caleb Plant is still at 168.
It's really Benavidez.
Me too.
To me, it's like that's the guy. Like the rest of the guys, you can say, well, I don't know, David Murray. I got a guy Evan Deere right behind you.
Okay.
I was just telling it. I see you, Evan. Just give me a couple more minutes. I can see when people would say, well, I don't know about David Morrell. I don't even know if David has 10 fights yet. Right. So, I think that even though I don't think that necessarily speaks of his skill or his ability to beat people.
Yeah.
Right. With David Benavidez is a 2-time champion in that division that has never lost. He's never fought outside that division. He's never lost in that division. He lost one time because of weight. The other time because he had drugs in his system.
Right.
So the combination of those. So for me, like I don't want to see like even the dude talking about coming up from 147. I don't want to see that before I see the winner of this fight fight David Benavidez.
Me too.
It's time for David Benavidez. It's really time for David Benavidez to be able to get his shot. And I'm a big fan of David Benavidez.
Me too.
Yeah. So I just think that's the time. Let me get to this next. Go ahead. Let me finish.
I'm gonna say one last thing. I'm gonna let you go.
Yes, sir.
You just made me think about someone. I watched David Benavidez. He reminds me of a young George Foreman. With the way they walk, it's like they don't move a whole lot, but they be throwing punches from they throw punches from funny angles without move. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's kind of like they walk right through you. And because I went back and I watched George Foreman, like older and younger, I was like, that dude is scary. And Benavidez makes me feel like that. They just scary. Like you really. Like they can take punches, you really can't hurt them because that kind of guard. He's scary. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go, man. I just want to holler at you, brother. Do your thing.
All right, bro. Come back again, man. Come back again. Like I said, man, I just want to chop it up with people. I'm considering this a bit of a day off, man. I just want to chop it up about boxing, man. So feel free to jump on here, man, and back again if you want to come on.
Okay,
all right, bro.
Cool.
Get back. Evan Deere, how can I help you?
Yo, what's up? So, do you want to talk about the Jermell?
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Have you been on this channel before?
No, I have not. Well, I mean, like I haven't been on StreamYard, but I watch you, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so what would you like to talk about?
Well, I'll ask you the question first. Would you like to talk about the Jermell Canelo fight, like what my predictions is and how I'll break it down, or would you like to talk about like the Hall of Fame debate?
I
Like,
mean, either one. You just pick
all
one.
right, I'll start with the Hall of Fame debate then for you. So personally, this is just my opinion. I think Tank Davis, when it's all said and done, will be a Hall of Famer. And then the other two, Deontay Wilder and Errol Spence, are just out as of now. They're close to the Hall of Fame, but they need like one or two more career-defining wins to really put them in that position. Errol Spence has beaten, I believe, 7 champions on paper. Algerian Peterson were career best at 140, right? But he had good wins over Porter, obviously Brooke, Danny Garcia, Ugas. And, he had some really solid wins. If you had him in the Hall of Fame, that's understandable. It's just he would be kind of a weak contender for it, I guess, if that makes sense. Because there's plenty of guys that are like, you know, like Chocolatito Gonzalez, for example. He doesn't get talked about at the smaller weight classes. He's a 4-weight world champ. And, he's beaten, 10 different champions. And you got guys like Kosei Tanaka, who might be the fastest 4-weight champ in history in the next year or two. Even though he lost to Kazuto Ioka, he's a 3-weight world champ. He's actually tied Lomachenko's record for the fastest 3-weight world champ. And just like Errol, he was knocked out, but he'd also beaten 6 or 7 champions like Errol Spence. So if you have someone like Errol Spence in the Hall of Fame, you could easily have a guy like that in the Hall of Fame. And he's like only in his 20s. So that's just my opinion on that. I do think they could be Hall of Famers, but they need that. They need one of those wins, like whether it be Wilder beating Usyk or the winner of Fury Usyk, or Errol Spence righting his wrong against Terrence Crawford at 54, which is where I want to see the fight. It doesn't make sense, in my opinion, for Crawford to be at 147 and fight Errol Spence at 147 if he really wants to go to 168 pounds, personally. So I know they got their own issues there, but I'd like to see that fight at 54. And also, it's just best for Crawford too, because then there's no excuse.
Hey, let's stay on one subject, man.
Yeah, that's just my opinion on that.
Subject.
So
okay, so let me make sure I understand what you're saying.
Right.
You're saying that Deontay, for the Hall of Fame,
Yep,
that you believe Gervonta Davis will get in, but Deontay Wilder and Deontay
Errol.
Wilder,
Yeah, and Errol Spence
and
they're
Errol
just out.
Spence are like weak candidates.
Yes, they could
Okay,
get in,
so
but they're not very strong.
let me respond to that.
Go ahead.
By showing you something.
Yep.
Because we're talking about the Hall of Fame. So let's look at the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, there's some shitters in there for sure as well. Like Arturo Gatti was a great fighter.
Let's look at the standard.
Yeah. There's some shitters.
Let me finish. Can I finish what I'm saying?
Yeah.
None of these guys are shitters. Like none of these guys are shitters.
Not like bad, but there's some guys that are pretty weak for like what Hall of Fame was.
There's nothing weak about any of these guys' career. Nothing. There's nothing of the people who we recognize, right? So you have Muhammad Ali here, right?
Of course.
But look over here where you got right here. You have a guy like Johnny Tapia.
He's one of the best. Go ahead.
Johnny Tapia is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
You have a guy like Arturo Gatti in the Hall of Fame.
Well, Johnny Tapia is a top 5 fighter ever at fly or super fly. He's had like what 12 or 15 title defenses. He's beaten multiple champions.
Let's
Johnny Tapia is a great fighter.
You don't know whether he's top 15 all time. You don't know.
He's top 5 at super flyweight.
You don't know that.
The Ring Mag. Go look at the Ring magazine. They have him in top 5 super fly.
I don't care what's on the Ring magazine.
The Ring magazine's pretty good, dude.
Excuse me, man. Name me once again. Name me the top 10 flyweights between the year of 1910 and
I wouldn't be able to do all of that. But
thank you. So don't tell me that you know. You don't.
Well, okay, true. But just
thank you. So since it's true, stop talking. You don't know.
But would you
dude, I'm finishing what I'm saying, bro.
Go ahead.
Let you talk. Stop cutting me off.
Go ahead.
Okay?
Yep.
You do not have to be the greatest fighter in history of mankind in order to make the Hall of Fame. That's not the dude. Stop cutting me off, man. Whenever you start feeling excited, like you want to say something, don't. Because there'll be a period of time in which I will stop talking. and then you can.
All right, go ahead.
So when you say things like he's beaten 15 world champions, I know right away that that's not true. Johnny Tapia did not. Ooh.
Wait, sir, I never
Listen to
said
me.
that.
Dude.
I never said that. I said he had like 15 title defenses at super flyweight. I never said he beat 15 world champions.
Excuse me. Fine, fair. That's fine. 15 title defenses at Johnny Tapia?
Yeah, he had a lot.
Oh,
He had
hold
a
on.
shit ton. He ran the
I'm gonna
division.
look.
For like
First
10
of all,
years.
let me look.
Yeah, it's a lot, dude.
Please stop talking over me. Please, I'm asking you very politely to stop talking over me. Johnny Tapia. We're going to see if he has 15 title defenses. Johnny Tapia. I love Johnny Tapia. He's one of my favorite fighters, and I never kept track of how many title defenses he had. So I'm just going to look at this real fast.
And I could be a bit wrong too myself.
Just let me look, dude,
assumed
please.
in
Let
that
me
range.
look.
Yeah.
Look.
Let's see.
WBO. He's had the WBO, so he won the WBO, so he defended the WBO 1, 2, 3 times. He won the WBA, and he defended that. That's the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th title defense. Then he won the IBF and he lost it. And he never fought for another world championship again. He had
At that weight.
Never fought for a world championship again in his career. He won 5. He has successfully defended 5 times. Not 15, 5.
Let me look that up real quick.
I don't have to. It's right. I'm positive it's right here on BoxRec.
Look at it right now for you,
bro. I have it on BoxRec. I'm looking at it. There's no reason for me to lie to you. It's literally on BoxRec. Literally,
okay,
right
that's
here.
fair.
I will
That's
pull
fair.
it up. It's not fair. It's true. He doesn't have 15 title defenses. He has 5. Now, do you know how many Errol Spence Jr. has?
Like 5 or 6, right?
Thank you. Do you know how many Deontay Wilder has?
10. But how many champions has Wilder beat though?
Deontay Wilder. Dude, let me help you with this. How many champions did Johnny Tapia beat?
Yeah, I can look up. Are you sure? I'm looking at it right now. He won his title against Martinez.
Stop,
he retained it for 1, 2,
dude,
3,
I am
4,
positive.
5,
I'll put
6,
it on the
7,
screen.
8,
Stop
9,
reading it. I'm going to put
10,
you off, bro.
11, 12. I'm on Wikipedia.
Dude, I'm not going to take all day with this. Stop. I will put it on the screen.
I can share mine too.
You don't know. You can't share your screen.
Hold up. Can you see? Can chat see this?
Dude, stop. Jesus Christ, bro. You're irritating the piss out of me. Hold on. There's no need for that, dude. I can do this. You can't do this. Stay right where you are. I'll put it up.
Title defenses.
Do you see this?
Oh, that's BoxRec.
Thank you. Yeah, that's where you keep the record.
Wikipedia is pretty good. So you're telling me you got
nigga, stop. I don't want to hear nothing about Wikipedia.
I mean, well, yeah, they usually get it right.
Wikipedia. Dude, I'm not going off Wikipedia. We go off BoxRec. We're not going off Wikipedia. Anybody can put anything in Wikipedia.
No, but it's about who you fight. Like, that's what it's
Dude,
stated.
I'm going to tell you who he fought.
All right.
It's right here. You go off BoxRec, not Wikipedia, man.
Yep.
You go right here. Let's go through Johnny Tapia. You said title defenses. So let's go to his career. This is his career. Okay? I'm not counting. Oh, and you're probably counting knees.
No, it wasn't. It was the WBO championship.
First of all, this is IBF USBA. That doesn't count.
No, I
This-
know.
I'm going to tell you what they are, bro. This doesn't count. This doesn't count. This doesn't count. I'm not telling you that you're saying that they're counting. I'm just walking through them. The IBF USBA, that doesn't count.
Okay.
The North American Boxing Federation Superfly, that does not count.
Yep.
He fights the WBO vacant title, Superfly vacant title. This doesn't count as a defense.
No, I know. I understand.
Then let me stop talking. I'm not telling you. We're going through it so everybody can see this. We got a lot of people in the chat, and they need to see this.
Well, according to Wikipedia, he's had 13 defenses.
I'm not talking about Wikipedia. Wikipedia is not something you can cite.
So if we
the
look up all
WBO
these fights, can we see
I'm
if he has the
looking at
WBO
all of his
title?
fights. The WBO World Super title was vacant. So that's not a title defense.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so this is a title defense right here. WBA World title defense, and he wins it. And this, he goes to the world. This is 1. This is 2.
Yep.
This is a draw, but it's a defense. So this is 3. That's 3. This is not a title defense because it's not on the line. This is not a title defense because it's not on the line.
Yeah, I know. It said it wasn't sanctioned.
Dude, please let me just count them. So this is a title defense. It's the same belt. So this is 4. This is 5. Okay, now we're at the World Super. This is 6. Okay, now there you go. So this is 7.
Yep.
This is 8. So good. It's looking like the numbers are getting higher. 8. This is 9.
Correct.
At WBO Superfly. That's 10.
Yep.
That is actually 11. That's 12. So look, we're going through the numbers. That's 12. Okay, that's 12. That stops there. At the WBO World Superfly. That is a lot of defenses. Then this is a different one. This is WBA. Then 13. Then this is the Bantam. This is a different one. So this is not, he's got 13. Then this is 14. There you go. I counted them. So if I'm wrong, there you go. I was wrong. I missed a section.
I respect
so that's 14. Bro, I'm not out here to make shit up.
No, of course.
I love Johnny Tapia. So that's 14 title defenses at the WBO. That's a lot. And that's in two different weight classes.
Yeah.
Errol Spence Jr.'s got 5. Of the WBO, he's got 5 of the IBF.
Correct.
At 147 pounds. So what's the quality of fights? That Johnny Tapia deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
And
that's one thing, though. Watch this, though. That is one accolade that he has. So he's been a champion 2 times. Errol has had 3 he's held 3 titles. 3 titles.
That's true.
So if you want to look at the title defenses that Errol has, then you look at the title defenses that he's had for each of his belts. Right? So he has IBF 4 times. He has IBF 5 times.
Okay.
Then I do believe he has the WBA. He has the WBC 2 times. So that's 7. And then he never successfully defended the WBA. So that's 8. But he's held 3 championships. I would still say that Errol Spence Jr. has had a better career than Johnny Tapia.
No,
I would.
You did not.
But watch again. We're just telling you that Johnny Tapia is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Okay? Johnny Tapia is a Hall of Famer. And again, you do not have to have a better career than everybody at the Hall of Fame.
I agree.
Let's now look at somebody else that's a Hall of Famer. And we'll go back to the Hall of Fame.
To you real quick,
off
and on.
What?
Because you said Errol Spence is better than Johnny Tapia. So Johnny Tapia has beaten 11 world champions.
Stop.
Against Paulie Ayala, he probably got robbed.
No. I don't want to do that.
So
I'm telling you. First of all, I know who Johnny Tapia is, bro. Errol's better than Johnny Tapia.
But he beat 11 world champions.
I'm telling you that Johnny Tapia is in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
So we're talking about what you need to do to get in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, so
I'm not going to talk to you about whether or not he's better than every Hall of Famer.
Right.
I know he's not better. I know he's not better than Floyd Mayweather.
Okay.
Floyd Mayweather's in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Okay.
So I have a question.
No, you don't.
What
I'm not
what
answer
makes
your
you,
question.
what makes a Hall of Famer?
No, I'm not answering questions.
What makes
I'm
a
gonna
Hall of
go.
Famer to you?
Excuse
Because
me.
we have
I'm
different
not doing the Hall.
standards.
I'm not answering the question. Stop. Because
All
I
right.
want it. I'm like the conversation, but I'm not
Yeah.
letting it move all over the place. So back to the Hall of Fame.
Well, so yeah, that's why I was at.
Back to the Hall of Fame. And we're gonna go to Tim Bradley is in there. I don't even have to worry. I know. Let's go to Tim Bradley.
Yeah, he's beaten 10 champions. Or 9, one of the two.
Let's go to Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley. Now, my personal opinion is if you think Tim Bradley's a better fighter than Errol Spence do it, I think you're nuts. But okay.
Well,
As
from the
far
eye test, you could say Spence is better, but who's more accomplished? It would be Tim Bradley.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. We're going to talk again about what the qualifications to get in are.
Okay.
You have Edward Cherry, Kendall Holt, Nate Campbell,
Mm-hmm.
Lamont Peterson.
He took his O, by the way.
Devin Alexander, Joel Casamayor, Manny Pacquiao, Juan Manuel Marquez. Those are some very good wins. That gets him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I think Errol Spence Jr.'s career is easily on par with his. And Deontay Wilder's I think is ahead of it. I think it is.
No. Do you think he's better than Tim Bradley?
Hell yes.
What?
Yes,
So,
I think he's better than Tim Bradley.
I gotta keep it real. So Deontay Wilder isn't a bad fighter in any stretch, but the first time he stepped up at the
first of
elite
all,
level,
bro,
he lost.
why in the world would you
honest.
say that why would you say that Tim Bradley is a better fighter than Errol Spence?
Because he's beaten 9 or 10 champions across 2 weight classes. He's taken a lot of O's too. He took Lamont Peterson's O, if I'm not mistaken.
How would you say that he's a better fighter, bro? I don't want to hear
and
the
he
box
beat Juan Manuel Marquez, who's a 6-weight world champion, legitimately. Even though he lost to Pacquiao, he beat Juan Manuel Marquez.
Why would you say the man is a better fighter?
Because he has
a better fighter means what does he do in the ring? How is he a better fighter? Why would you say he's a better fighter?
Well, because he's accomplished more in the sport. He has more.
Why is he a better fighter?
Well, like I said, because he beat better fighters.
Dude, I can tell you why I think that Larry Bird is a better shooter than Ron Artest.
Okay. Well, yeah, he proved.
Why? Because he hits more shots.
Yeah.
What about his skill set do you say is better? Errol Spence Jr., it's not all about you saying, look, this dude beat all of these guys that were champions. Why would you say he's better? I'm telling you he's on par. He's at least as good as Tim Bradley. At least as good as Tim Bradley.
So I will say
that's my opinion. But you got your opinion. You keep pointing to BoxRec to say he's a better fighter.
Well, so
why do you think he's a better fighter? Let's get off the Tim Bradley. Let's go to another Hall of Famer. Let's go to another Hall of Famer. Arturo Gatti.
Yep.
What is Arturo Gatti got that Errol Spence Jr. doesn't have?
Well, I would say Arturo Gatti's not that great of a Hall of Famer, to be honest.
He's in the Hall of Fame. Don't tell me that he's not. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but he's pretty weak though. Like to be a Hall of Famer. I love him. So.
He's in the Hall of Fame. What about give me why you think that Arturo Gatti is a Hall? First of all, Arturo Gatti is a Hall of Famer.
Right.
I can tell you why he's in the Hall of Fame.
But, rest in peace. I don't think he should be.
He is.
Well, yeah, of course he is.
You don't get him. He is.
Yeah.
So since he's in there, why wouldn't Deontay Wilder get in there?
Well, Deontay Wilder's only beaten like 1 or 2 world champions. I think Arturo Gatti's beaten more than that.
First of all, bro, you got to stop with this. He beat these world champions.
Well, yeah, I mean, that matters. It's about who you beat.
First of all, what kind of world champion? A guy that had won a world championship before, or a guy that's a reigning world champion?
Both. We're talking about both.
No, dude.
The mainstream.
No.
Watch this. I think.
If you are, do you know how many world champions Rocky Marciano beat?
No, I can look it up.
One.
What, Joe Louis?
One. He could only have beaten one.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. But the
he
thing
beat
is,
one.
That was in the one belt era.
Dude, So what? He beat one.
Yeah, and Joe Louis is a top 5 fighter of all
He
time.
beat
He's
one.
consensus top 5
Joe
fighter.
Louis
ever.
was not a top 5 fighter when he's 46. He beat one.
That's true. I agree with that. But
Listen to me. Listen to the deal. If you are the only champion in the division, you're the only champion in the division.
But there were other
Then
champions.
you cannot. First of all, you stop. You cannot fight. If you are the only champion in the division, you cannot fight another champion.
I agree.
Because that guy's not a champion when he fought you. How are you going to beat Errol Spence Jr. has beaten 3 world champions that were reigning world champions. That's a difference between saying that I beat, well, how many world champions did he beat? Well, he beat, you got to throw in Chris Algieri because he was a world champion.
Yeah.
Chris Algieri is a world champion at 140 pounds.
Yep.
But he's a world champion.
Yep.
So you want to give people credit for beating people that are not world champions, but you won't give credit to somebody that you're not going to give credit to somebody that defended his title.
No, I did. I didn't say Wilder wasn't a bad fighter. He just hasn't beat enough elite competition to be a Hall of Famer.
What do you mean he's not beating elite competition? He defended a world champion. He defended his world championship 10 times.
Yeah, but the first fighter he fought, the first top 5, aside from maybe Luis Ortiz, he might have been number 5 in the Ring magazine.
What
the first top 5?
Dude, you got first of all.
He fought.
Hold on, man. You got to stop with the. I don't really call people this a lot, but you got to stop with the casual stuff.
I'm not.
Yes,
casual.
you are.
Did
because let me tell you what belt does Deontay Wilder hold?
What, the WBC?
Thank you.
What's that matter?
What ranking system does he fight fighters in?
The WBC.
Thank you. So don't bring up the ring.
No, but
ring is not the Ring magazine is not a ranking system.
He didn't fight. But you understand
Ring magazine very clearly. Ring magazine is not a ranking system.
You can be ranked through multiple organizations, even if you don't hold a title. Look at Loma lightweight. He's ranked through like 3 or 4 different organizations.
But the only for a champion can only fight people that are ranked in their sanctioning body.
Yeah, to fight for a championship. Yeah,
yeah, you can, kind of like, dude. You can a world champion.
But then why
a world champion
competition? Like he could have easily fought better
That's your opinion about the competition. A world champion can only fight the people that are ranked in their championship and in their sanctioning body.
But you don't think the WBC would move that around too to have these bums number 1?
I don't know what they would do.
Joseph Parker in the division.
Dude, I don't know what they would do and they wouldn't do. Those guys.
The WBC does protect certain fighters.
Dude, now you're gonna read the WBC.
They protect certain fighters.
Excuse me. All those fighters left the WBC on their own to go fight for the vacant belts when Vladimir Klitschko, when Tyson Fury dropped them. When Vladimir Klitschko lost to Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury had 3 belts and he dropped them, or they all got taken away.
Why did Wilder go try and fight a champ to unify? He easily could have got a unification, and he probably would have won.
How do you know that?
One of them.
What do you mean he could have easily got a unification?
Yeah, he could have got a unification fight. All the 3 titles.
How?
Because the titles were vacant. He's a champion. He could
go fight for
a championship.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, bro. Again, bro, seriously.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua offers a fight to Charles Martin to fight in Wembley Stadium for his title. Do you think that Charles Martin fought Anthony Joshua for any specific reason over Deontay Wilder?
The money was better, so that probably
thank you there. So let me be polite when I say this. There is politics in boxing. And you are conveniently acting as if there's not.
No, of course there is.
Deontay Wilder did not have the ability to make Charles Martin fight him. He did not have the ability to make Joseph Parker fight him.
In a sense, I do kind of agree. I will concede that.
He did not have the ability to make Anthony Joshua fight him.
Because he didn't draw the money. I do agree to that in a sense.
It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't even have to be the money.
Well, no. There was no reason to.
It doesn't even have to be the money.
Well, that's what it would be. There'd
It
be no
doesn't
reason.
even have to be the money
Okay.
for me to explain this point to you. All that means is that if a fighter, the only person that a fighter can fight that is a champion are the people that are ranked by their sanctioning bodies.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what Ring Magazine rates them. It doesn't matter what Box Rec has them in their listings. It doesn't matter what Wikipedia ranks them. A fighter can only fight somebody that is willing to fight them.
Yep.
And
So-
there are Hall of Fame fighters that never got a championship.
So, Fanon, I gotta ask you something real quick. So, with Deontay Wilder, in respects to him and Spence, and why I think they need that one last win, did at any point in time Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder were they ever the consensus Ring Magazine or just by the fans the number one fighter without question in their division? The answer is no, because when they both stepped up to fight the best fighter.
Do not tell me that.
Well, when they both stepped
Don't
up to
answer
fight
the
the best
question
fighter,
for
they
me.
lost.
Don't ask me. Do not please ask me a question and then answer it for me.
Okay, well, here, I'd like your opinion on that. You got my opinion.
What was the question again?
So, did Deontay Wilder and Errol Spence in their respective divisions show without doubt that they were the best fighter at any point in time in their division?
Nobody
and if so,
ever
based
has.
on what?
Nobody ever has.
Well, Terrence
There's
Crawford's the best guy
nobody.
at
There's nobody in
147 for
boxing
sure.
that I would say no to every champion in boxing to that question.
So Floyd Mayweather wasn't a consensus number one.
Without a
welterweight in the world?
doubt. Without a doubt, no.
Yeah. Anyone
Without
can
a
lose,
doubt,
but
no.
without a doubt, yeah, you're the Ring Magazine champ. That means you're
Excuse
the number
me,
one guy.
dude.
You're
Again,
lineal.
please tuck your very, very, very casual argument away from me. You keep talking about what Ring Magazine thinks. I could care less what Ring Magazine thinks. You
Oh,
keep
by the way, he's
citing
beating
what
two
Ring,
champions.
you keep citing what Ring Magazine says. I don't care what Ring Magazine says. Ring Magazine is not, it's a magazine. You asked me if Errol Spence Jr. was ever without a doubt
Yes.
a top welterweight.
No,
The
no,
answer
the
to that
best
is no.
welterweight.
The
Okay.
answer to that is no.
Okay.
Because Terrence Crawford was there.
Yep.
The
I
answer
agree.
right now to Terrence Crawford is no. Because Jaron Ennis is there. There are people who think Jaron Ennis beats Terrence Crawford right now.
Of course, yeah, he's got a shot.
So let me go again.
But here, I have a
Is
question
Tyson
for you.
Fury? Is Tyson Fury right now without a doubt the best heavyweight? No.
No, I agree.
Thank you. So let me give it to everybody else. I can go to everybody else at every moment in time for every fighter ever.
Not necessarily, because think about it, in a way, when he went
Dude,
undisputed
stop.
at 118,
Monster
he
Inoue,
beat
right?
6
I'm
world
not going to
champions.
talk about Monster Inoue.
No, we got to compare.
No,
So look
dude,
at
I'm going to
Crawford.
brush aside your argument.
No,
as
I'm not.
You're talking about the word doubt.
No, I'm not. Here, let me
No.
explain.
You're talking about is there any doubt? Anybody can doubt anybody.
True, anybody can lose. I agree.
So please stop doing that. You're trying to put up standards that are so high and then argue that he doesn't make some ridiculously high standard of yours.
But that's what it takes to be a Hall of Famer. You have to be the consensus.
No, it doesn't.
number
I
one
already
guy.
told you. Tim Bradley
And
is a
this-
Hall of Famer. He was never consensus the best at any weight class.
Maybe 140. He probably was.
No, he was not. He was not without a doubt the best fighter, even at 140 when he was there.
But he has beaten 10.
He
champions.
fought at 140. He was at 147. 140. I do believe at the same time that Danny Garcia was coming up in the ranks. He was at 140. He was at 147.
Right.
He fought Manny Pacquiao at 147.
That's
he was at 147 the same time Floyd Mayweather Jr. was at 147. Come on, man. What you're doing is you're putting.
So I got a question for you.
I'm not. You already got your question over. You like on your fifth question. I'm not.
Would
you
have?
doing,
So guys,
I'm
we're
not
talking
going
about
to answer your
Hall of
question.
Fame, right?
Don't ask me any more
like
questions. Do not ask me any more questions because your questions are only your attempt to change the subject. Very quick.
Defenses or whatever it is.
That's
First,
dude. What you're
would you
doing?
have him in the Hall of Fame?
What you do? I'm not answering your question because what you're doing with your question is once I'm going on a point and trying to prove it, trying to represent my point, you then throw a question in the middle to change the subject. Stop changing the subject with your questions.
He's beating 2 lineal guys in the division, 2 former lineal champions.
I am not going to. You are keep changing the subject with your questions. Your purpose of your question is to change the subject.
So
your point of your question is to change the subject. So I'm going to go back to my subject.
Yep.
My subject is that Errol Spence Jr. and that Gervonta Davis, Errol Spence, Gervonta Davis, and Deontay Wilder are going to make the Hall of Fame. And I'm going to now argue with you about exactly why I say they're in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Because the criteria for fame is being famous.
Mm-hmm.
It's not all of the things that you're listing. Those are all things that support it.
Yep.
Whether how many championships you've won and what you've done here and there, those are just reasons why you can support the argument that they are great fighters.
Correct.
But a Hall of Fame are for people that have gotten great fame. I believe that the reason that every one of those guys are in the Hall of Fame is because they have people that they have fan bases and people because they were famous. Because they had really big fights and they had really big events. Even if they won one, they may have lost one, but they still were such big names and so center to the boxing conversations of their day that they qualify as being somebody that is worth remembering. That is what a Hall of Fame is about, which is why you have people that are like Arturo Gatti in there. Arturo Gatti is there because Arturo Gatti had a big fan base of avid fans that loved him, that wanted to watch his fights. And they got to see him fight in championship fights because it's fame. It's the Hall of Fame. Who are the famous fighters of your day? Who are the fighters that everybody's talking about? Who is really driving the sport of boxing? Why? That is why the Hall of Fame has all kind of categories. They have categories for commentators. Why? Because these commentators were famous. Larry Merchant is in the Hall of Fame. He never fought a fighter. He never fought a fight ever. They're not talking about he's in the Hall of Fame. They're not saying he's in the Hall of Fame because I think his voice was better than the other guy's voice. No, He was somebody that was significant.
Well,
I'm gonna
give you your praise. I'm gonna give you your flowers.
No, you're not gonna give me praise. You're gonna let me finish my argument.
Say in that sense,
I don't do.
For your argument,
finish my argument. I'm going to finish my argument, and I'm going to keep you on mute until you let me do it.
All right.
Deontay Wilder has been involved in three of the biggest heavyweight fights of this century. He was one of the most exciting and most popular heavyweights of this century. Clearly since the time of Lennox Lewis. Everybody in boxing, every significant and major boxing fan knows who Deontay Wilder is and watched Deontay Wilder's fights. Errol Spence Jr. has just made one of the biggest fights in the biggest events in that division since Floyd Mayweather Jr., Manny Pacquiao. He has also filled stadiums in Dallas Stadium with 40,000 people in them, 50,000 people in them for a bunch of years. He's a very famous boxer. He's central to the discussion of boxing during the time that he's there. And he's also one of the best few fighters in his division during the time that he's here. He's fought and beaten other guys that may get in the Hall of Fame, like Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia is a legitimate, he may not make it, but he is a two-weight division champion, a unified champion at 140. He's one of the more famous and significant 140 pounders of the century. He is very famous. He is absolutely central to the topic. So since you wanted to talk to me about all of the things that Ring Magazine thinks about the fights that he took, he muted himself. You explain to me how Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder have not reached a level of fame that qualifies them to be in the Hall of Fame.
All right. So I will actually agree to your talking points. If you're going to say they're Hall of Famers based on the fights they've had, instead of, a testament to how great they are, I actually would agree. Because, based on Arturo Gatti, right, he was just so famous with the fights he had, with Ward and, some of the other champions he beat. Even though in terms of accomplishments, as in greatness, would you think Hall of Fame? No. But in terms of how famous he was, yes. So through that argument, if you want to say they're Hall of Famers, that's correct. But then you'd have to concede to the fact that not every Hall of Famer is a great fighter. And though I think Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder are pretty good fighters, the term great gets thrown around too often. I wouldn't call them great.
Let me ask you something again. I don't have to concede anything. I don't have to concede that. Why would I have to concede that not every Hall of Famer is a great fighter? I don't know how you could possibly get in the Hall of Fame without being a great fighter. The question is, what do you define as great? That's highly subjective.
That's true. So we have different viewpoints. I'll go first. And I want you to go after. So what I define as great is being the definitive number one guy, and though it doesn't have to be undisputed in your division for 4 or 5 years, or running through multiple divisions, being a multi-weight world champion and being at the top or the best.
Dude, look, man, you just want to debate another topic.
No. That's about being great. Okay, yeah, I'll say this.
I don't want to talk about that, man. But that to me, that definition that you gave, that's for you. I'll just go off what the word means.
Right.
What does great mean?
Okay, I agree totally. If you want to go by your definition,
no. What does the word great mean?
Oh, great. So being great.
What does it mean?
It's being definitively the best in your division or era.
No, nah.
For me personally,
you've got Wikipedia. You can go to a definition. You can go to a dictionary. What does great mean?
You're genuinely great at what you do. You
No, that means great does not mean you're great. That's the word with the word. What does great mean? I'll help you.
Okay, help me.
Let's go to Google.
Yep.
This is a fun conversation. Google.
Yep.
What
I'll go with you.
Does great mean?
Considerably above the normal or average.
Excuse me. I will read it because I have it.
Go ahead.
Of an extent, amount, or intensity considerably above normal or average. The ability, quality, or eminence considerable above the normal or average.
Mm-hmm.
So, according to the dictionary definition of the word great, you do not have to be definitively the best ever to be great. You just have to be an extent, amount, intensity considerably above normal or average. Ability, quality, or eminence considerably above normal or average. In order to be great, you have to be considerably above normal or average. You do not have to be the great. You do not have to be the greatest. What you're describing is the greatest, not great. Greatest.
Correct. Okay.
So with the definition in hand, who did you say which one of these guys are not great?
So in my opinion, I would say Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder
are not great. They are not.
They were really good champions. They weren't great champions.
Excuse me. Let's go back to this again. This definition. So you're saying Deontay Wilder are not of ability, quality, or eminence considerably above normal.
Okay, here. I'll
No, man.
This. Yeah,
you're not going to concede anything.
Listen,
Answer the question,
this.
bro.
They were great
Dude, don't play it. Don't play with me.
Okay,
Look,
they were great fighters.
You know that girl's song out of New York? Don't play with me. Don't play with it.
Okay,
dog,
so listen,
play with me. Don't play with me.
They were great fighters compared to the average.
Do not play with me. Do not play with me. Do not play with me. You said that they are not great.
Dude.
And I just
moving
gave you the
goalposts.
definition of great. So are they great or are they not great? Are they not considerably above normal or average? Aren't they considerably above normal and average, sir?
In the context that you're comparing to
In
the
the
average person,
definition
yes,
of
yes,
the,
I would
I'm
say
sorry,
they
I'm yelling.
are.
In the definition of the word great.
Okay. So
Now,
through
the
that
answer is a
definition,
yes,
I
isn't
got
it?
you. They were great
So therefore, they're great
but
fighters.
were they
Nah,
great
dog, don't change this.
champions?
You want to change the subject.
No. I'll
So they are,
concede that
just
they
say
were
it.
great
They are great
fighters,
fighters.
but were they
Say it for me.
great?
Hey, watch.
Genuinely great champions? Were they
Say it for me
genuinely great
again.
champions?
Say it for me again.
They were.
Are they great fighters?
They
I don't
were
want to say are they
great
great
fighters,
champions.
but were they
I
great
don't.
champions?
The question is not, are they great champions? Because there are people in the Hall of Fame that were never champions.
Or even
So,
great champions. I agree.
Are they great fighters? According
Compared
to the
average,
definition
yes.
of great.
Compared to the average, yes.
Are they great fighters according to the definition of great?
Yes, I would say
So
so.
they're great fighters, sir.
Okay.
Just
that's
admit
fine.
it. They're great fighters.
I did. But are they
Okay,
great
so now we got you
champions?
on 2 points.
Are they
Number
are they
one,
the greatest of
excuse
are
me,
they the
number
greatest
one,
are they greater than great, basically?
are they great fighters?
Compared to your average Momo, they are considered great
the definition
fighters.
of
Yes,
the word
they're
great,
considered
bro.
great fighters.
Come on, man. Don't wiggle.
I'm
Mr.
not.
Deere, you are. You're
compared-
wiggling, sir.
Compared to your average fighter,
Dude,
they are
no.
great. But were they great champions?
Dude, stop this, bro. No. The word, you don't have to say, consider to the average fighter they're great. No. The definition of great is that you are considerably, operative word, considerably, better than average or normal is the definition of great.
Okay, you're right. So they were great.
So the answer is yes, sir.
Yes,
the answer is yes.
There's a lot of great fighters then.
Exactly. That's why there's a lot of people in the Hall of Fame.
But there's not a lot of great champions.
I am not asking whether or not you think he's a great, but again, what do you want me to go look? What's the average title defense?
Oh, no,
Gervonta,
no.
excuse me. I can guarantee you right now, with Deontay Wilder and Errol Spence Jr., they are both considerably greater than your average champion. And let me point out using your logic.
Errol Spence maybe is a bit above
Excuse me.
average.
They both are.
Not
they
Wilder,
both are. Deontay Wilder has 10 title defenses.
But he's only beaten 2 world champions.
Excuse me. He's got, as a champion,
Yep.
your job is to defend your belt. He has 10 title defenses. Does the average champion have 9 title defenses? No.
No, because the average champion fights more than 2 champions in 50
Excuse me, sir. Because the most heavyweight, the most title defenses for any heavyweight champion is in the 20s with Joe Louis.
Correct.
After that, I think Vladimir Klitschko might have got somewhere around 12.
I think Muhammad Ali was around 10.
And Muhammad Ali did 9 and 9.
Okay.
Twice. So those are the only people that have more title defenses than Deontay Wilder does. So since the definition again is this, and I'm enjoying this, son.
Yep.
The ability, quality, quality, or eminence considerably above normal. That's considerably above normal. Now, how many belts does the average champion have at one time in boxing? How many people right now in boxing, world champions right now, had 3 belts? Would you like to answer that question, sir? How many of them have 3 belts? You're on mute.
Sorry, you cut out like really bad there.
Yeah. How many champions, reigning world champions right now have 3 belts?
Let's see. Well, Haney does, though. He shouldn't. Usyk, that's 2. Oh, I gotta look. Yeah, I gotta think.
I'll tell you how many there are. I'll tell you who they are. No worries. You don't have to look up for it. Monster Inoue, because
Well,
he's
he vacated all his
well,
belts.
because we're
he has
gonna
two
say he had
titles.
them. No, had him is
Okay.
enough for me. Had him is
Okay.
enough. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
If you talk about who had them,
Okay.
you got Haney, Teofimo Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
You may have 6 or 7 people. 7 people.
Well, here we got Tio, Haney, Loma, Cambosis,
That three, Cambosis, all in 4 in one weight class.
Carlo.
You had, excuse
Spence.
me, sir. I can, dog. Let me get to it. Okay. Here's my point. There's 72 championship belts. At any given time, there may be 30 to 30 world champions, 40 world champions. Mm-hmm. At any given time, there's 40 of them. At any given time, there may be 2 or 3 that have more than one. Some of them have 2, very few have 3. Only a few got 4. So Errol Spence and defended them. Because George Kambosos never defended it.
That's true. That's true.
Right? So right there, that is great. Because it is considerably above normal or average.
Yeah, I agree.
To hold 3 belts. So that qualifies Errol's accomplishment of holding 3 championship belts in the 147-pound division as great.
Okay.
So I got an argument for Deontay being great, Errol being great. Also, the fame part of it, they both got locked down.
Mm-hmm.
So they not only qualify based on mine, they qualify on yours. Because you said a qualification was to be a great fighter. So we looked at the definition of great, and we established that they both fit into that. Based off their, what did you say?
If they're much better than your average, Momo, right?
Based off of their accomplishments.
By being much better than average. I agree to that.
Accomplishments. Because of their accomplishments.
How great
Deontay Wilder was the reigning world champion. Deontay Wilder was a reigning world champion for 5 years.
By beating 2 world champions. He's fought no one.
Dude,
Bam Rodriguez is 23 or 24 years old, guaranteed to fight
5 years.
World
you can
champion.
argue about whether you like it or not.
No, that's not the point.
5 years.
It's about who
he
you
was
fight.
a reigning world champion for 5 years.
But you can fight
and defended it
entire
10 times against everybody that the champion, the sanctioning body, told him to
Wilder,
fight.
Who protected Wilder? Because he didn't fight.
You don't get a vote on them for that or not. Dog, you want to argue about whether or not you agree. Go tell the WBC that.
Okay, I would.
I can go tell us. I can go say the same thing about Muhammad Ali. I can say the same thing about Muhammad Ali. I can rip his resume apart the same way with Muhammad Ali.
I would say.
Well, you only beat.
I agree to that.
Talk about Ali. Well, you really only beat Floyd Patterson after Floyd Patterson had been knocked out twice by Sonny Liston. And Sonny Liston, you were already like 100 years old. And who did he really ever beat anyway?
I mean,
it's not like he beat Rocky Marciano.
I'm not saying Muhammad Ali.
Hey, hold on.
I
can do this with every one of them. I can do what you're doing, what you attempt to do with Deontay Wilder's opponents and Errol Spence Jr.'s opponents. I can do it any and every single solitary fighter that there is. I can walk down their resume and nitpick and tell you that I don't agree with he really wasn't that good. Tell me who did Larry Holmes really ever even beat? You know what I mean? Come on. I mean, look at Evander Holyfield, man. Mike Tyson really isn't a good win. Come on, man.
But Evander Holyfield's arguably the best cruiserweight ever.
Man, dude, I don't have.
It's him or
first of all, cruiserweight's not even a real weight class, man.
Based on what?
Based on the fact that it's not a historical weight class. It's not the original 8 weight classes. It's just like a little cut between the heavyweights. There's all kind of heavyweights that were really cruiserweights. I mean, come on, man. Look at Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano was only 200. He was 196 pounds.
Yeah,
man.
They would have fought at light heavyweight back then, though.
Dude, my point is that I can make an argument for any of this stuff. I can make an argument for any of this stuff. any of the techniques that you want to use to try to downgrade Deontay Wilder and Gervonta Davis and Errol
Well, I
Spence,
didn't
I
downgrade
can do to
Gervonta.
somebody else.
I don't
And
think-
yes, I can tell. Yes, absolutely, I can tear Ali's resume apart with the same thing. I can do. Somebody said I can't go to Deontay Wilder. Yes, I can.
So I have a question for you.
I don't want your questions. You're like
the-
on your sixth question.
No. Well, I just want to say, because like they've both been in around the same champions. Who's accomplished more in the sport, Deontay Wilder or Teofimo Lopez?
You know what I'm going to do for that question? I'm going to tell you this. Deontay, because he has more wins.
Okay.
Every single solitary fight you have is an accomplishment. So you beat one person, that's an accomplishment. So that's 40 accomplishments that he has right there.
Yeah, but you don't think?
And then
quality matters
no,
more
let me
than
talk.
quantity?
This is what I'm telling you. All this subjective crap you're trying to pull me into.
Mm-hmm.
Let me count every fight that he's had. Okay, so he's got 40 knockouts. He's got over 40 fights. He also accomplished selling bigger pay-per-views. He's also had accomplished better viewership. He's accomplished a lot of things in his life. He's an Olympic medalist. I mean, you know what? He's also a singer, so he's put out albums. I mean, dude, you want to try to I'm not, dude, what do you mean? That's why I had to do that with you. No, that's why I had to do the last thing with you.
Teofimo Lopez has beaten 3 world
I'm not going to
champions in
argue
25.
about Teofimo Lopez.
Deontay
I'm
Wilder
not going
beat
to
2
I'm not
world
going to
champions
I'm not going to
in
argue about
46.
Teofimo Lopez. I'm not going to do it.
I just think
I
it's
don't
slightly
care what you
overrating
think.
some of these
I'm
fighters.
not going to talk to you about Teofimo Lopez. And whether Teofimo Lopez has accomplished more than Deontay Wilder. I'm not interested in the conversation. You can think he has. I don't even care.
Okay.
Because it's irrelevant to the point right here. Errol Spence, Gervonta Davis, Deontay Wilder, locks for Hall of Fame. That's the topic. It is not whether or not Teofimo Lopez has accomplished more than Deontay Wilder. Because all you would be arguing with me is whether or not you think, trying to convince me that Teofimo Lopez is a Hall of Famer.
He's close. I don't know if he's in there
I don't
yet.
care.
He's
I
about
don't
one-
want to talk about Teofimo Lopez in the Hall of Fame, man. I want to talk about Errol Spence, Gervonta Davis, Deontay Wilder, locks the Hall of Fame, which we've already covered.
Okay.
And we've already come around to. They get in there because they're famous,
Mhm.
clearly, because you can't tell me they're not.
Right.
You can't tell me that we just define the word great.
Right. So yeah.
So you can't tell me that they're not great. So thank you, brother. I appreciate for this long drag around the block ass conversation, man. I got another caller. Come back again. I know I had to let him go, bro. You just keep trying to go around and find ways. OGB, the official black. What is this?
What's going on with you?
Official Black Justice. I'm good, man. How are you, sir?
Oh no, well, how about yourself? I don't know what
Yeah.
bro was on, man.
What'd you say?
I don't know what bro was on, man. Deontay Wilder and Errol aren't Hall of Famers, bro. What is bro on?
He's on He's on that Ring magazine high.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. And it's just like when you look at, and it's just like I don't even know what to say about bro. But now if he wants to make a case, he can make a case about Gervonta Davis if he wants to make a case. And I feel bad for Gervonta because I really believe that Gervonta Davis has the talent. He's a phenomenal talent, but I think he's been stifled by, people who would rather prioritize, quote unquote, making him a star as opposed to proving that he's the best. Because I really believe that if you take the leash off of I don't want to use the word leash in the black man in the same sense, but you get my drift. If you take the cuffs off Gervonta, I guess that's not a good analogy either. Well, anyway, if you stop restraining Gervonta,
No, just say what you want to say, man. Take the leash off. It's a metaphor.
yeah,
It's no
yeah,
big. It's not bad. I know you don't think black people should be walking around on leashes. You're talking about he's a dog. You're comparing him to a dog. Like, you take the restraint off of him.
there you go.
Call the restraint.
Yeah,
Take the restraint off of him.
Yeah, if you take the restraints
Hey,
off,
real quick though, let me do something real quick, man.
do your thing.
Hey, Keith Nolan said, everybody in the chat, please don't forget to close out the chat and smash that like button. Thank you, man. And my guy Derek Choice says, anyone have word on? Oh, I did that one too. God dog, man, this is definitely donating to this one. Keno said, "Oh, how many knockouts does Wilder have? How about that question and answer? I mean, you know, but who did he knock out? That's what's coming right behind that.
Look,
Go ahead, bro.
This is how I said. Like, I'm gonna take Gervonta for a second. I have no doubt in my mind that Gervonta could be, my gosh. I think his talent is off the charts great. Like not considerably above normal. I'm talking about like super above great. His talent is, but they're not putting him in. But the only real fighter they put him in there with since he's become champion is Leo Santa Cruz, and it makes him look bad. You know what I mean? And it's not cool what they're doing to him. You know what I mean? As far as Deontay Wilder goes, honestly, I just would have let him ramble off the mic and just hung up when he was done talking. I wouldn't even entertain that debate. Like, as far as I'm concerned,
I need the practice.
As far as I'm concerned, Deontay Wilder's still undefeated. I don't care what no one says. Okay, here's the thing. The question I would ask, this is the question I ask everybody who likes to downplay Deontay Wilder. If Deontay Wilder is only a quote unquote one-trick pony, how come you have to you don't load gloves against bums? You don't load gloves against you don't have to, load gloves against mediocre fighters. Sorry. I mean, come on. Like, be for real. You don't have to fake a COVID test, fly overseas, allegedly dope up, and then come back and cycle off to do that against mediocre fighters. As far as Errol Spence goes, dude, okay, ask Keith Thurman if he's great for as long as he ducked him. Ask what's his name? Ask Manny Pacquiao if he's great for as long as he ducked him. You know what I mean? Since he's not all that. I mean, come on, man. He took a spill against Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford beat him fair and square. He did his thing. I'm still man down for the rematch whenever it happens, if it happens, whatever. I'm man down all the way. I don't hop on. I don't hop off the mat. I don't hop off. Once I'm on, I'm on. Pause. It is what it is. It is. Now, yeah. So that's pretty much it. Your take?
On the Gervonta Davis thing?
Period.
Oh, on the Gervonta Davis thing, dude, I think Gervonta Davis is definitely going to the Hall of Fame.
There's no doubt that he's going, but like his resume, like he,
let me finish.
Like he there.
Let me finish.
Think still
I understand what you were saying, bro. I completely understood everything you said, but I can't respond to it in like 2 seconds. So I gotta respond. Can I respond?
Facts. I stand corrected.
Let me respond. Thank you. Okay, so Gervonta Davis, a lock for Hall of Fame. There are fighters that he has not fought yet that he should fight. But Gervonta Davis has fought very good competition. And in fact, I think he's fought great competition. Jose Pedraza at 100, and first of all, the Hall of Fame, his original weight class is 130 pounds. At 130 pounds, he beat Jose Pedraza as an underdog. And I think Jose Pedraza was a good fight. Jose Pedraza wind up moving up in weight and becoming a world champion at the weight division after that. Another guy that he fought at 130 was Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz in my opinion, Leo Santa Cruz is a lock for the Hall of Fame.
Facts.
If you're talking about the level of fighter that he is.
Facts.
And again, that's the weight class that Gervonta Davis is. He's really a 130 pounder. He's a 126, 130 pounder who moved up to fight at 135 pounds. And even at 135 pounds, having been able to beat he beat another 130 pound champion that was bigger than him at 135 in Hector Garcia. He put on one of the best spectacles and the biggest spectacles in boxing since Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Conor McGregor in the fight with Ryan Garcia. And then he also moved up to fight a guy at 140 pounds in Mario Barrios in a fight that was definitely not a gimme fight, where it really took him, and it was a great, exciting fight that he won. I think that a lot of the criticism going on around Gervonta Davis is the fact that he has not fought Shakur, that he has not fought Devin Haney, and he's not fought Lomachenko.
Gary Russell Jr. and Gary Russell Jr.
I mean, I don't think he gets a lot of credit for that because they were never in the same weight class at the same time. Gary Russell Jr. to date is still not fought outside of 130 pounds. He's out of 126. So Gervonta is at 130. I don't really think, like, it's kind of like I wouldn't criticize Shakur for not having fought Gary Russell Jr.
I would.
The people, I mean, I just don't think it's a realistic fight to make.
No. For now,
Can I finish?
You got the mic.
I don't want to take the conversation different places. I don't want to take it to now we got to talk about why Gary should have fought Shakur. Okay, because that's, again, outside of the actual topic. It's really outside of the topic that we're discussing.
Facts.
So, and I don't say that to be rude. I just say that to keep the conversation, going straight.
Respect.
Yeah. That's why I say, Gervonta Davis to me is I think he's the best 130 pounder. Let me make sure. With the exception of maybe Manny Pacquiao being there, in the early 2000s. I think I gotta check it. I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest 130 pounder of this century.
Ooh, over Floyd?
He was a 130 pounder in the 90s.
No, Floyd moved up to
130 in the 90s.
Floyd moved up to 130.
I know he's at 130, but I thought he was in the 90s. But so definitely not Floyd. If Floyd was in the 90s, I could have sworn that he was there up until he was there in the early 90s. So
he moved up to 135 in 01, 02.
Hold on, yeah. So take the Floyd Mayweather out of it. Okay, because no, I don't think he's greater than Floyd Mayweather Jr. But of the other 130 pounders who you have, who's better than him at 130? I guess you maybe say Lomachenko, maybe. But let me know who.
Yeah, hard to argue. I mean, Tank's definitely phenomenal. He was phenomenal.
He's a three-time champion. He's a three-time champion in that weight division. He's a three-time champion in that weight division. He won the first one. Ron Ultra, you can get on the channel or go away. That's not idiotic. Who are the great 130 pounders and name them? Who are the great 130 pounders? Name them. I don't know who I would pick at 130 over Gervonta. I don't.
I mean, God bless him, but would you to pick what's his name? Diego Corrales over Gervonta?
Hell no. Diego Corrales is going to sleep.
Okay. Just asking.
No, I'm just saying, no, Diego Corrales is going to sleep. Like snooze time. Absolutely, he going to sleep.
So you're gonna put the Kevin Hart tag? Night. You ever go night?
He's going night on. He's going night. He's going night. Jose Luis Castillo at 135 is going night. I think maybe Joel Casamayor might not go night, but I think Joel Casamayor is going night. Only person, if you say 130, yeah, Floyd. If you're talking about Floyd at 130, give me Floyd. But who else at 130? Like, I would take him, and I think he beats Lomachenko at 130.
But what Marquez?
I definitely think he beats Juan Manuel Marquez.
Night will beat him.
I don't know. I just think he beats Juan Manuel Marquez.
Yeah.
I think he beats him. But Juan Manuel Marquez, that's another good one. But I would love to see the fight.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this. Juan Manuel Marquez better not get hit. He better not get hit. Manny Pacquiao. So maybe Manny Pacquiao. So there you go. So Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather Jr. Those are the guys I would say. The only person I'm telling you I definitively think is going to beat Gervonta at 130. The only one I think is definitively going to beat him. Now I'm going with him. It's Floyd. The rest of them, maybe Manny. Better not get hit. You know what I'm saying? Better not get hit.
My only pushback, and I agree with you 99%. My only semi discrepancy. I think Floyd. I think Tank will clear out 130 except for Floyd. But I think Marquez has a chance. And the reason why I say that is because I look at the first fight when he fought Pacquiao. Pacquiao put him down. We thought it was night, and it was like the second or third round, and he got up and fought all the way to the end. to a draw. I think
Oh,
Pacquiao put him down like 3 times.
He does. But where is Juan Manuel Marquez right now? His ass is in the Hall of Fame.
Facts.
So, so of the 3 people that we could argue, Sweet Pea was a 90s fighter, man. Sweet Pea was in the 90s, man. Sweet
He
Pea
was
is
80s.
not. Yeah, no, 90s, primarily the 90s.
Yeah.
He was in the 88. Was he in the 80, 84?
He was the 84 Olympic, 84.
Yeah, so but yeah, it's the 80s. Yeah, so he's in the 80s and the 90s. Pernell Whitaker was Pernell, and where's Pernell Whitaker?
Hall of Fame.
Ass in the Hall of Fame. Dude, Mark Too Sharp Johnson's in the Hall of Fame. Okay, so low, no, man. I'm telling you, Gervonta Davis, for me, Gervonta Davis is most definitely up in there. Hey, real quick, J Mill said Wild at Spence Charlo, Tank and Boots is on the way. Oh, and don't forget Boxing Internet, Fanon Boxing International Slew Fan. What? Wow, Spence Charlo, Tank, and Boots is on the way. I think Jermell Charlo is definitely going to the Hall of Fame, especially if he wins this fight. He beats Canelo. That's definitely a lock for him. But I think Jermell Charlo. I think there's several fighters right now that are very Hall of Fame. Go ahead, man. I got Dallas Walkmore right behind you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold up. I'm not gonna hold up your show. Take care, man. Also, one last thing.
Yes, sir.
Who wins, Errol or Bud 2? Errol, Bud 2. Who wins?
Man, I no comment, man. You're gonna keep running me through that miserable conversation.
Yeah.
No comment. like, hey, man, I'm not calling that fight, man. Made a fight happen, made the best man win.
All right.
I saw the last fight, bro. God, come on, man.
All right. Well, all right. Be safe. You take care, man.
All right, bro. Get back, man. Peace. What's going on, Dallas?
Yo, Fanon, what's up, man? You know, I had to holler back at you. I'm in here painting the attic. I was listening on you talking to that crazy dude and the guy that just left. But I don't understand why people underestimate guys who have a lot of knockouts. And I think that's what's going on with Gervonta Davis and Deontay Wilder. They got so many knockouts that people think they can't really box. So it's like Gervonta ain't fighting anybody. But you look at his resume, it's like you said, his resume is better than any of the other lightweights. Devin Haney just had a fight that I thought he lost to Lomo. But outside of that, he really ain't fought. His resume is not like Tank, and neither is I would even say Shakur's resume is not like Tank. So it's kind of like I don't understand. Even with Deontay, they like, well, he ain't fighting anybody. I'm like, but this is what I think about Deontay. If Deontay Wilder doesn't beat Luis Ortiz in his prime, nobody wanted to fight Ortiz in his prime. I didn't see Fury lining up to fight him. Joshua wasn't fighting him. So if you look at it from that angle, Wilder could easily have been an undisputed champion if those guys would have fought him. But they didn't, because they didn't want to. Luis Ortiz was one of the few that was not scared to fight him. But it's just crazy to me how guys can look at the two guys and be like, nah, they ain't fighting nobody. Nah, they're not a Hall of Fame because their resume is weak. And I'm like, just because they knock people out don't mean they can't box. They know how to set guys up. They're patient. They know how to make you make a mistake and get you out of there. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I agree with you. All 3 of those guys are Hall of Famers. For one, in this era, they're the top boxers of their era. Errol Spence in welterweight, Deontay Wilder in heavyweight, and Gervonta Davis at the 130 pound. They're top guys in this era. Also, I don't understand what the debate is. I don't know why they don't understand that. But I'm gonna let you speak on it, man. I just wanted to drop that in there.
Hey, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Are you back? Oh man, they don't get it because they listen to them because they spend all their time listening to them dudes over there at Ring Magazine. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Telling you, Ring Mag. That's why I don't mess with Ring Magazine. Hey, my guy, much love and that's in the Cash App, brother. Said, good fight, Fanon. That was fun to watch. Thank you. Yeah, that dude was fun to talk to, bro. It was fun to talk to. He was fun to talk to. No joke. I enjoyed that. Dude, what is his name? Yeah, man, he's sniffing that. They sniffing that Ring Magazine paint. Where they got this stuff. Well, on Ring Magazine, it says, dude, I'm not listening to what. So what if it says it on Ring Magazine? Like, so what? Like, these people talked about all that lineal stuff, man. That lineal stuff. Dude, you remember Ring Magazine, the lineal championship was the Ring Magazine title. When Tyson Fury was fighting Deontay Wilder. I told him then, the Ring Magazine Ring Magazine is not the lineal title. It's not. It is the Ring Magazine title. That's it. It's not the lineal title. And they keep saying, well, it's a 2-time lineal. Dude, there ain't no line in this stuff no more, man. There ain't no line. Vladimir Klitschko never fought. Vladimir Klitschko never beat Lennox Lewis. He never did it. Okay, the only reason people said that he was the lineal champion is because he beat Ruslan Provodnikov. And at the same time that Ruslan Provodnikov beat Ruslan Provodnikov, his brother Vitaly had the WBC title. How are you the lineal champion when Vitaly Klitschko was there? Oscar or Tank? Oh, definitely. I don't know. At 130, I don't know. Well, I don't have to worry because he's in the 90s. Lennox Lewis was the person they called the lineal champion. That's who they called the lineal champion. Him. So how is he the lineal champion? And then a guy that's never been in the ring with him and never fought for a belt, the same belt that he had, how does that guy become the lineal champion? I would love to hear this explanation from anybody that thinks they are. The truth of the matter is there is no lineal. There is no consistent line between champions. All of that got ruined when they had multiple belts. You want to hang on to an idea that's dead. There is no lineal champion. All you have is the champion that is in that sanctioning body. That's it. Okay? The lineal champion is like the Australian wolf. It's extinct. There is no lineal champion. None. So, and that's just a way, again, to throw extra confusion out there about boxing. Period. Now, if y'all not going to click the link and you're not going to support the channel, King, where you at? I have to go to Last F. No, I will. Fury is not the lineal champion. He is not the lineal champion. I'll love to debate anybody on that. I don't think he's the lineal. I know he's not the lineal champion. Matter of fact, he is not. There is not a lineal title. There's not, unless you call the title lineal. Like, maybe that's what you mean. Maybe there's a sanctioning body where lineal means like the letters of the word or something. Like the Lions only international Neapolitan everything at level boxing association. Whatever you can make lineal, the words L.I.N.E.A.L. Because there is no line. Just tell me the line. Where's the line? If it's in a lineal, it should be a line. You just mad he beat your guy. No, I'm not mad at it at all. I'm not mad at it at all, bro. I am not a bud buddy, but shouldn't we wait until there's some proof of evidence before we discredit Bud? Dude, I am doing such a good job of not having any trolls around me today. Do you not see how I've been not speaking he who must not duck's name today? He who must not be a prima donna. Have you not noticed how I'm not saying his name at all? And we have just such a pleasant conversation going on. Why are y'all trying to suck me into this? Today is a day. Today is the day that the Lord has made. Oh, I know. Hold on one second. Dang. My audio is going to go back for a second. That. Sorry about 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 that. Okay, yeah, that works. Okay, cool. Bill Haney said he was not on the juice. What do you mean? He said, hey, so we gonna get some links, or am I gonna jump out of here a little early today? And I'll count this as having taken a day off. He hit Spence 10,000 times. That's why they busted a million times. That's very funny, bro. You're very, very funny, man. I can, and neither can you. So what are you guys arguing about? You guys want to keep arguing about the Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford? Dude, let me tell you something, bro. To you. Dude, Terrence Crawford won the fight, bro. God dog. Y'all get on my nerves, bro. He said, what, Terrell, what's a joke? Man, what's going on, Richard Prado? Thank you, brother. Said, hey, man, great content as usual. Also, I heard you speak parcel tongue. Is that true? Have a blessed day. Yes, sir. I speak parcel tongue clearly. I speak it very well. I speak parcel tongue very, very well. They don't like it though. They don't like it though. Bro, what's going on, man? Hold on a second. All right, yeah, I'm being rude. Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. How Bud lifting 400 pounds with ease? Is he an Olympic weightlifter? Even bigger dudes have issues. He's strong. It's natural. Snack works. How about they've got a great legal product. That's what I think. I think they have a very great legal product. But honestly, man, I hit the damper on that conversation, man. Much love to my guy. Clarence Rain said, good fight for 9. That was fun to watch. I think I did get that though. Yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is, bro. I just, yeah, man, dude, that's just not doing me a lot of good today. We can be back on Smashing on Bud tomorrow. One more caller, man. If y'all gonna hit the call, cool. If not, man, wow. I think that's all the debate I can get out of that topic. I used to be on that legal too. Undetectable PEDs. Yeah, I got it, man. I got it. Some reason, man, I just don't, not for some reason. I know the reason. I just don't. I mean, what good is it going to do for me to blame the dude, man? And then, but is it suspicious? It's clearly suspicious. It's definitely suspicious, man. He put no chemicals. What is that? What's going on, Jeffrey Brooks?
Oh, nothing much. Thought I'd hop on here before you jump off real quick. How's everything going?
I'm good, man. I can't complain, brother. I appreciate you jumping on and chopping up with me, man.
Oh, yeah. I was, here, because, do you, wouldn't it make sense? Like I said, everybody talking about, Bud say he's 180 and all that. I heard you might have say Spence might be up there near like 170 or 175 himself too. So
170. I heard that he was 170 from a fairly reliable source.
Right. So now both of them got to do some draining then to get back down. Right. So why don't they just go ahead and have a fight at 168? Would that make sense?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Do you think it would make sense that the rematch take place at 168?
Who, for Errol and Terrence?
Yeah, since y'all both over the weight, over that weight. I mean, and that'll make a lot of sense because now you got, and then the winner just go ahead and get the winner of that. Just get the winner of Jamel and you know what I'm saying. And you ain't got to worry about getting back down the weight. You right there. Go ahead and just fight at 168. Because y'all both got to
take the glove. You want them to take the gloves off too? You want them in to take them? You want to take them? Take the gloves off too, brother.
But see, the thing is, what I think was going on. I think Bud said it's gonna happen at 47. Then 54. Back to 1. So I think this is like a winning tactic that he's using against Spence. So you keep Errol Spence confused on what weight that he need to come up. You know what I'm saying? So now it's getting closer and closer to the fight. So now Earl's like, well, damn, do I got to drain myself back down to 47 or is it going to be at 54? Now he says 54. Now he's going back down to 47. What do I do? So he don't know what to train for. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to, he waiting so late. So now, later on, he say, okay, it's going to be at this weight. Now you only got, about a month and a half to prepare or whatever. So, I think it's a little winning strategy that he kind of. But hey, did nobody say anything about how the way Tank drained Ryan Garcia?
He didn't drain Ryan Garcia.
He told me he had to get down. That was in the clause, wasn't it?
Gervonta Davis is at 135 pounds.
Okay.
Ryan Garcia was a 135 pounder. He fought at 140 once. Gervonta gave the man a pound in exchange for a rematch, in exchange for them, and then had a rehydration clause. He allowed that man to come in above the weight. Dr.
Yeah,
Pablo Sled. What's going on, Dr. Pablo Sled? Thank you, brother. Oh, my God.
Ryan,
OG, I'm sorry, real quick. Soda Black said, OG, I sent a later Cash App yesterday. Show you some love. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I saw that too. Much real quick, man. Thank you for the support, bro. Let me do this real quick. I'm sorry because it's because I missed him. I'm sorry. Soda Black said, I work nights and sleep days, OG. Still watching, brother. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Man, you froze up, Jeffrey.
Yeah. Ryan was crying that whole time, talking about you draining me, man. He was just whining his butt off, but man, you draining me, and all that, man. You know, and so I mean, I was like, well, man, I mean, well, yeah.
You're a bunch of crybabies. Anyway.
But yeah, that's all. I was like, man, it only made sense that it happened at one season. I mean, y'all already up there. Why go all the way up there? And y'all know y'all got to come all the way back. See, the thing about Earl Spence is he's always. This is not just he's not draining. He didn't drain himself with blood only. Every fight, he's always overweight and trying to get back down to every fight. It's only an excuse now that he lost. You remember he was overweight when he fought Ugas. He was overweight when he fought Mikey, Danny. He's always overweight. He always got to get back down to weight. Now when you lose, I was weight drained. Yeah, well, you always overweight. That's nothing new. You know, so let that fight. Man,
yeah,
y'all go ahead.
Can't wait. I want to, man. I don't even know, dude. I just, we'll see the fight, man. We'll see the fight if the fight takes place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. But I didn't want much, man. I just want to say, man. I really, I'm not joking. Y'all need to just go ahead and fight it when y'all
Man, you breaking up something nasty right now. You breaking up something nasty, bro. You breaking up something nasty.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just go ahead. They need to just go ahead and have a little 4-way fight right there at 168. Now, I mean, it makes sense to me. I don't know. But
yeah, I like it. Like it ain't to make it happen.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Well, I appreciate you, man.
All right. Have a good weekend. All right.
Back. Thanks for coming on, Gregory. Jeffrey, I'm sorry.
No
All right,
problem.
bro. Yes, sir. Hey, man. Man, I don't get no credit for not calling this man a drug cheat. Now I disagree with you because Errol said after Danny can't make 154. I mean, 147, man, everybody knows Errol is having a hard time making weight. He didn't make any secrets of that. He didn't make a secret of that. You know what I mean? He made more importantly, if Gervonta ducks and weaves your hook, comes up with a perfect counter, and does not matter if you weigh 145, Ryan's still going to be on the canvas. Yeah, man, look, dude, he gave him the dude an extra pound, and that's just a fact. You don't have to necessarily like it for that to be a fact, because it is an absolute and positive physact that's the case. An absolute positive physact that's the case. That's the case. Hold on one second, man. Let me do something. Hold on. Hold on a second. Hold on one second. Sorry, man. I got to do this real quick. We all just. There you go. I got to do something real quick. And then we ready to go. All righty. Oh, what's up, Blood Retro in the building? What's up, man?
Blood talking on mute. What's up, Fanon? What's up,
nothing.
man?
Ain't nothing. I threw this out. Hey, watch this, bro.
Okay.
Guess what, Blood?
What's up, bro?
I threw this conversation up here specifically for you today.
You know what, man?
Because I wanted one chance for you to actually be able to whoop me in a debate. So I put something up that was way in your bailiwick.
You know what, Fanon? Here's what I think about this whole thing, right?
Yes,
I think that Deontay Wilder belongs in the Hall of Fame, first ballot, right? But that's it. That's where I draw the line. Tank Davis has not done enough. Errol Spence, before they put Simon Brown in there, he don't belong there. Simon Brown belongs there before him. Simon Brown had 9 defenses, right? He was a unified champ, just like Errol Spence. So I believe that Errol Spence could go maybe, but he ain't going to go before Simon Brown. Not in my opinion, he wouldn't. So I say, Deontay Wilder first.
Simon Brown beat? Who the dudes that Simon Brown beat? Remind me on Simon Brown.
Simon Brown, he beat a lot of guys, man. He beat the guy he beat that was the best was Tyrone Trice. It was Tyrone Trice, but he beat he beat Maurice Blocker. He beat Bobby Joe Young, Jorge Vaca. Who did he beat during his reign? I'm trying to think. He beat a guy named Al Long. Al Long was a good fighter, right? And he was I think undefeated when he beat him. He beat Luis Santana. He beat Luis Santana. He was like, go look at the records of these guys.
I see it.
He beat him.
I see he took a lot of ass whoopings. I see he took a lot of ass whoopings later in his career.
Later on, but I'm talking about his welterweight reign now.
So his welterweight reign, yeah, I like that you put that as the IBF welterweight champion. IBF, so he had Miro, he won it against Jorge Vaca. Or actually, no, he won it against Tyrone Trice. Then he beat Jorge Vaca, Mario Martelli, Jorge Massonet.
That guy Martelli was good though, bro. Martelli was
33-0. He's 33-0. See, right there, man, I'm gonna tell you, right there, that's my weak spot. I just being honest with you. That shit, them damn 80s welterweights, bro. It's like they're just so weak around that era in boxing. So there's nothing I really could say. I know who Simon Brown is, but I always mess Simon Brown up. Who was the fighter from South Africa that got that win over Winky Wright?
Oh, that was Harry Simon.
Harry Simon. That's why because I always think like I mix up Harry Simon and Simon Brown. Okay, that's okay. There you go.
Harry Simon, yeah, he was good. He actually retired undefeated. Harry Simon. He has arguments for Hall of
Harry
Fame.
Simon did. Okay.
Yeah, Harry Simon retired undefeated.
And then he came back some years later. Did he try to make a comeback like 6-7 years ago?
He had some issues outside of the ring. He got
put in jail. I remember him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he was, he's another guy, but as long as they put Simon Brown in, they got to put him in because he did unify. He unified that belt because he won the WBC with a I think it might have been either Tyrone Trice or Maurice Blocker. I don't remember, but it was one of them two. He won the WBC with, so he had a unified status for.
He did. He had the IBF. Since I have it up.
Okay.
Oh man, you know what my famous funny thing was, Blood? You did one time.
What's that?
Oh my God, man! It was against Maurice Blocker that he unified the WBC.
Okay, yeah,
that's funny. He must have dropped the IBF. Something happened with the IBF because then he fought Buddy McGirt and he lost to Buddy McGirt. for the WBC world title, but the IBF wasn't on the line.
Yeah, there was something that happened.
And he
with
won
the
it
IBF.
again.
I forgot who it was. He was
Hell yeah,
supposed
he
to
beat
fight
Terry Norris.
somebody. He was supposed to fight somebody, and he did drop the IBF. I can't remember who it was, but I do believe you're right.
And then he got that win off of and then he beat Terry Norris.
He beat Terry Norris too.
At super welterweight, yeah.
Yep. He knocked Terry Norris out. He started to fade in the 90s because he's one of those guys who kind of stayed around a little bit too long. But in his heyday back in the late 80s, we had him as a pound for pound. The magazines was carrying him in the Dynamite Dozen and places like that. I got several of these magazines where they had him as a top pound for pound fighter. For several years, he was a top pound for pound fighter. Maybe for about 2 years. I'm not going to say several years, but for about 2 years, they had him as a top pound for pound fighter. I like to say it was in the late 80s, like around 87 to like 89. This guy was a top pound for pound type fighter, man.
Okay, yeah, I didn't really recall. Like, yeah, I'm really hazy on them late 80s, the late 80s, early the heavyweights, because shit, that was a really good time in the heavyweights in the 90s. So
you know what it is, Fanon? We talked about this years ago, and I remember it. Me and you had this discussion years ago. The reason why is because that was back in the day when you was doing your thing, bro.
That's I was in school and I was, this is what I'm telling you. I really liked that you did one time. As far as Harry Simon, right? Or Harry Simon.
Yes.
I remember you talking about these dudes who were talking about how they had seen the Harry Simon fight when he beat Rinky Wright and what he did. And you were like, first of all, man, that fight wasn't even televised.
It wasn't even televised. They said they saw the fight and it was a fight that was just never televised over here. It wasn't.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so
I remember that, dog. God, dog. I was like, man, you roasting these dudes because I was like, man, I didn't know. Oh, hey, hold on one second, blood.
Okay,
hold on one second. All right, man.
Hey, can I tell you something else about the Hall of Fame, man?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay, now this right here, this is just the fact, right? Now the Hall of Fame is a funny place, man. Now in this era, the people who get the votes are the people that a lot of us don't really like. You know what I'm saying? The Coppingers and all of these type of guys. They're the ones who actually get the votes. Now, just be realistic for now. Do you really think that those guys are going to vote Tank Davis in if he was to retire now? They haven't gave Blood Boxing a vote yet. You know what I'm saying? If they did, I'd definitely vote in Deontay Wilder. But
do I think they will?
The guys who are voting now, they have a pattern. You have to watch them really well.
Yeah.
They have a pattern at the way they vote.
How long is it before they're eligible?
I think with Tank Davis, you know what it really always falls. Oh, you mean the actual ruling?
Yeah, I think it's like 5 years or something like that.
Yeah. The actual ruling is it's either 4 or 5 years or something like that. So both of them are eligible. Tank Davis
I would be.
eligible,
let me put it this way: I would be very surprised if they didn't, because they're such big draws.
Okay, now we're talking.
I know some of them. I know you're talking about. You're talking about like Dan Lacey. You're talking about the Boxing Writers Association.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of those dudes out there. There's a lot of those dudes. There's a lot of those dudes out there. However, I don't really know if I would have expected them to vote for Andre Ward. Like,
well, you know what? Andre Ward has always been kind of, him and Timothy Bradley were kind of like media darlings and stuff like that.
I don't think Andre Ward was. Tim Bradley, yeah.
Tim Bradley was.
How long did it take? Here's my thing. How did they ever turn down? If they ever turned down James Toney?
Yeah.
Did they turn him down before?
He was on first ballot. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Then he may be in trouble.
He made it, but he was in the first ballot.
He
They
may
turned
not.
him down,
Yeah,
I think, twice, maybe 2 times, right?
if they turn down James Toney, then yeah, they may actually turn down Gervonta. They may right now if they turn down James Toney.
Right. And I think that
Yeah, I think that
there
yeah,
should
they
be a
probably the way
criteria.
they vote, yeah, probably.
I think there should be some kind of a test or a quiz to where you're eligible for a Hall of Fame vote, because I've been saying it for years. They need to give me a Hall of Fame vote.
Oh, they should.
I've been asking for it for years, man.
Bro, but you know what's gonna happen though? Eventually these dudes you're gonna wind up getting YouTube channels with those votes. Because most of the boxing journalism and most of the boxing conversations are taking place in these type of forums. Just wait. I think the Boxing Writers Association of America is just trying to get control of it. But I think that there's certain people that most definitely, if you're going to put some of the guy like Mike Montero, that dude got a vote. Like, come on, man.
Does he have a vote? I think he does.
Yeah.
You're right. He does. He does have a vote. Yes,
Mike Montero has a Hall of Fame vote for the Hall of Fame. I just think people should try to start petitioning these guys. Be like, look, man, you got to change your qualifications because it's really like I don't think guys like Mike Montero should get a vote. That type of fucking buffoonery that dude is on. But you know, it is what it is, man. I
remember that guy. It's been a while, but I remember him, and I didn't really and I don't know much about Coppinger, to be real, because I don't have a Twitter handle, so I don't know much about it. But
let me tell you, man, the thing I just remember this. I remember how these guys came up. And first of all, dude, I remember this thing that Mike Montero did one time, talking about light-skinned black people with his brother, rest in peace to his brother. And man, I was like, man, these dudes are just stone cold racists. Like, dude, that dude to me came across to me as if he was just stone cold racist. So I'm like, dude, you're going to get all kind of dudes up in that Hall of Fame, man. Like Arturo Gatti's a lock. You know what I'm saying? Like, was Arturo Gatti first ballot?
He was first ballot. And the thing about it is he's a media darling because Larry Merchant and all of those kind of guys liked him. Like a lot of the people that we see that kind of crap on these writers and stuff like that crap on Tank Davis are the guys who got votes. And that's the problem right there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right now, they wouldn't put Tank Davis in there. They're going to use
you're probably right. No, I don't doubt. Yeah, I think those guys probably would not. Those guys probably would not. The Boxing Writers Association probably would not. Unless there's something that you get. Like, unless there's something like you really want to parade, you know what I mean? Like, and you really like if the actual organization itself could be like, look, we want this guy in because, man, I don't know how many really big name fighters that were real big ticket sellers didn't make it in. I just don't like it. To me, the question is not because I understand that those guys not voting for him. I can definitely see that taking place. My question is, when have you ever have you ever seen somebody that is like one of the biggest draws and being involved in the biggest fights that didn't get in? It didn't get in on their first one because I think that's really the appeal of Arturo Gatti. Is he was, even though he wasn't dude, he's not. I don't think anybody would mistake Arturo Gatti for being the same level fighter as Gervonta. But
he's not as talented as Tank Davis.
Yeah, sure. I don't think he's as talented or skilled as Gervonta is. But he had a war.
You're right about that. But he had a long, like you said, he had a really nice fan base, especially for the time period when he was fighting, because he did it before the internet. But you know who gave him that fan base was the network TV and HBO premium TV is what gave him the fan base.
Yeah, definitely.
So he ended up getting him a big crowd behind him because he was known for getting beaten up and battered and bloodied in fights and then coming back all of a sudden. And things like that. That's not enough. I don't really think that should always qualify someone for the Hall of Fame. But the Hall of Fame, it always depends on who got the vote. And I've been talking about it for years. It just depends on who got the vote. When it's Stan Raphael and all of them guys, I don't see them putting Tank Davis. They might slip in. I think they would slip Errol Spence in before Tank Davis.
Yeah.
And I
mean, Errol's going to be
Deontay Wilder's first ballot. No matter what, that guy's first ballot. There's no way they could not put him first ballot.
No way. No
So I
way.
agree
No
with
way.
that. I definitely agree with Deontay Wilder. And if I had to vote, he'd be one of the first people I vote for, if not the first person I vote for.
Oh yeah, I think there's some people in the hall that are out here now that are locks. They're straight up locks. Terrence Crawford, in my opinion, is a lock. Canelo Alvarez is a lock. I think Tyson Fury's a lock. I think Tyson Fury's a lock.
Yes.
Um,
Golovkin. They're gonna vote him in.
Yeah, Golovkin's definitely a lock. On the votes, Golovkin is definitely a lock.
Yes. They're gonna vote him in.
Who else is out there that probably Pacquiao is, if he's not already in there, a lock. Yeah.
Those guys that you just named are the top ones.
Yeah, those guys are definitely going in there. Monster Inoue is going in there.
They're gonna put Monster Inoue in. He's immediate darling, so he's going in. That's a fact.
Who else could be in there? I like Leo Santa Cruz. I think it's really unfortunate. Oh, Lomachenko's going to the Hall of Fame.
Lomachenko is going to go in. You're right.
Yeah, Lomachenko's going in there.
And that's why Simon Brown won't get in, is because of who got the votes. Because I really don't think some of those guys really know much about
Simon Brown is. They got to look at They got to look at the box rec for that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And me, I was a kid during the time. I mean, I was already a teenager when he was fighting. But the thing about it is that I wasn't out like you partying and stuff. I was at home. So, I was a younger teenager at home. So I got to really see what Simon Brown was all about.
Yeah, I didn't get to see it, man. I'm like I caught up on Terry Norris. I caught up on Terry Norris. I caught up on Michael Nunn. I caught up on Mike McCallum. I caught up later on those guys. I really didn't start getting back into it really heavy until around the time that James Toney came up.
1990s,
yeah, like that around that time. And then De La Hoya, and then Trinidad, Winky Wright, all those guys. After that, it was really on and popping. But and now, obviously, man, it's like I think right now is a really good time for boxing, man. But hey, man, Blood, I'm gonna tell this dude King on for 1 second. Give me one. Then after that, we'll chop it up for a couple minutes, and I got a break.
No, I'll go ahead and go. I'll go ahead and go, Fernando. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, brother. Man. All right, get back there for sure. Peace. Oh, Nonito. What do you think about Nonito? Nonito's in there. I'll take Nonito.
Oh, Nonito Donaire.
Nonito's in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's Nonito's one right there, Fernando.
Somebody just said, T. Orlando said Nonito Donaire. Yeah, Nonito Donaire is in there.
Yep.
I think it's unfortunate that Rigondeaux probably isn't, but
he should be.
He should be,
especially because Hall of Fame is the whole thing. And
Nonito's here. Hey, Nonito's here. What's up, Nonito? Yeah, Nonito's in there for sure. Nonito's Hall of Fame for sure.
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right,
brother. I'll get back.
I'll see you tomorrow, man. Peace.
All right, for sure. Get back,
bro. All right.
Peace. King, how can I help you?
Hey, what's going on, Fanon? How you doing, man?
I'm breaking a promise, bro. What do you need, man?
I was just gonna cook on this thing if it's all right with you, but if not,
what thing, man? No, dude. Let me tell you something, and I'm just gonna talk to you like ain't nobody else here. I am really and truly do not want you back on my channel. I don't. You can keep clicking the button. I don't want to talk to you, man, because you are somebody that I don't enjoy talking to. Okay? You make it not fun for me. And I don't want you killing my joy anymore with your nonsense, bro. I don't. So please, just go somewhere else. And those other channels that you want to talk to and all of that, go over there. If you like the little dude over there in that channel that you always troll me about, let them let you on a channel. Go find somebody else with a platform that wants to talk to you. Because, bro, you took advantage of it and mistreated it. I don't want you making me miserable anymore, man. Okay? And the answer is consistently and forever no. You're a killjoy. And I see you on other channels doing and saying other things about me, man. Just leave me alone. Okay? Thank you. OG. Oh, thank you. Oh, and thank you, Jay Mills. But look, man, I'm going to get out of here, man. Thank you so much to everybody that supported the channel. I actually said Nonito first. Yeah, Nonito's in the Hall of Fame for sure. Absolutely. I think Rachel's in the Hall of Fame. Rachel should go in there as a manager. Absolutely, man. They got a great team. You know what I mean? Jermel, I think Jermel is probably a Hall of Famer, but you know how it goes. It does. Blood Boxing brought up a great point. It depends on whether those guys are going to actually vote for him or not. I can't speak to whether or not they're going to actually vote for him. That seems to me to be a tougher question. And I think in that regard, that he's very right. Hey, Dallas Roquemore in the building. Thank you for the support, brother. I appreciate you so much. You know, the question about whether or not those guys are going to vote for him or not. We're going to party 100 and Martin is coming. Yeah, man, you hit that Hall of Fame, man. I'm there. Absolutely. Yeah, man, definitely Nonito's a Hall of Famer, man, for sure. Hall of Famer. Definitely first ballot Hall of Famer there. You know? But anyway, man, I'm going to bounce up out of here, man. I was out here for 2.5. I think this was a fun conversation. AJ is a Hall of Famer. I mean, yeah, he probably will. Deontay Wilder's a Hall of Famer. I think Errol's a Hall of Famer. It's just kind of hard to say right now because you're looking at it in the context of a loss. You know? Gervonta, to me, they all get my vote for the Hall of Fame because they're famous. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, that's me for today. Watching fight. Yes, I am going to watch the fights. I'm going to watch the fights this afternoon. I'm about to get off here in a minute because I got the fights to watch this afternoon. With Zhang. Zhang should be fighting this afternoon. And yeah, I'm going to watch the fights tonight. Who are the fights are Richardson, Hitchens. I don't know who else is out there for Richardson, Hitchens. But yeah, man, I'm definitely going to New York for that one. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, with that, I'm going to get up out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. Oh, Zepeda. Yeah, Richardson, Hitchens is fighting Zepeda. But there's another fight. Oh, and Zhang and Joe Joyce. Yeah, man, I'm definitely watching that stuff today. Definitely watching those today. Man, Conor Ben shouldn't even be allowed to fight, man. That is ridiculous, bro. That's why they're off in Florida. That's why they're out there fighting out there in Florida, dodging the law. It's ridiculous. Anyway, man, with that, I'm going to bounce up out of here. Much love in the chat. Thanking everybody that supported. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.